important learning about who, what you are.
We are not superheroes, okay? We aren't good at this. They're our parents. How could they be such monsters?
Brand new Season 2 of Marvel's Runaways. Watch new episodes every Thursday and catch up on Series 1 now on the BT Player and BT TV app.
So where's your new breakfast show?
On Virgin Radio.
What time?
In the morning, it's a breakfast show.
What do you talk about?
Anything. Everything.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
No one has.
What type of music are you playing?
The best music.
What's your favourite film?
Uncle Buck.
How do people get Virgin on their digital radio?
They just need to push the retune button.
How else can they get it?
Online.
How else?
On mobile.
How about the app?
How about you stop asking me questions?
I'm your son. That's my job. When am I coming on the show?
At this rate, never.
Come along, catch a heffalump. Sit with me on a muddy clump. We'll sing a song of days gone by. Come along now. Run away from the humdrum. We'll go to a place that is safe from greed, anger and boredom. We'll dance and sing till sundown and feast with abandon. We'll sleep when the morning comes and we'll rise by the sound of the bird song.
No matter how much you clean, do odours still linger in your home? That's because your home is filled with soft surfaces that trap odours and release them back into the room. So try Febreze Fabric Refresher. Febreze penetrates into fabrics to clean odours away as it dries. Use Febreze every time you tidy up to keep your whole house smelling fresh air clean. Fabric Refresher even works for clothes you want to wear another day. Make Febreze part of your cleaning routine. And breathe happy.
Oh, it hurts. But you're not using smarter tools to run your business. You work too hard to work this hard. Collecting receipts? Is it the 80s? Doing your VAT by hand? Oh, mate. You should be wrangling pets, not payments. QuickBooks gives you a brilliant set of business tools that do all the hard work for you. You may groom pooches, but you don't have to work like a dog. Short back inside, sir.
QuickBooks, backing you.
We start the day with a Colombian, a Guatemalan, or a piping hot Costa Rican. And a Danish to go. Some of our best friends, a Mexican, Hungarian, and French.
Hey. We live on a wonderful little lump of land in the middle of the sea. But we are not an island. We are part of something far, far bigger.
From the moment your journey begins, we're with you all the way. New places, new adventures, new friends, perfect moments shared. Create your perfect moment with Titan Travel, the escorted tour specialists. Book your award-winning holiday before the 31st of January with a deposit starting from just £40. Search Titan Travel today. At all protected.
Todd Doors make finding the perfect door easy. Just visit todddoors.co.uk or one of our showrooms and our trained experts will help you choose from our huge range of quality doors. Everything from our Essentials range to our Deluxe Charles Todd range. Plus, with our price match guarantee, we won't be beaten on price. With over 40,000 doors in stock, you're sure to find a door as individual as you are at Todd Doors.
What will 2019 be your year of? Taking the plunge? Learning the ropes? Getting more first serves in? Spending more time with him? Your year of finding some calm? Finally touching your toes? Drinking plenty of those? 10k without stopping? Or just 10 minutes more? With expert trainers, the latest equipment and hundreds of classes. Get your year going with a 3-month membership at David Lloyd Clubs.
We can't get enough cricket on BT Sport. Oh, that's him over! Can Australia find their form against Sri Lanka in the Domain Test Series? Oh, there you go. Tune in to find out as winter cricket continues from Down Under, live on BT Sport.
Good morning and welcome to our coverage of the Big Bash on BT Sport. Following a slow start, the Perth Scorchers are starting to find form. In their last game, Cameron Bancroft and Ashton Turner were in sparkling form as they beat the Sydney Sixers by 7 wickets. The Hobart Hurricanes are having a season to remember, 7 games played, 6 wins. Their most recent came against the Melbourne Stars. Darcy Short was once again the star as he scored a magnificent 96 not out. When these sides met earlier in the tournament, the Hurricanes came out on top by 6 wickets, with Australian quick Riley Meredith leading the way. Well, it's a fabulous evening in Perth, perfect for T20. Both sides qualified for the semi-finals last season, but Perth Scorchers are finding it much tougher this time round, but they did gain that vital win on Sunday on this ground against the Sixers. Let's have a look at the table. Hobart Hurricanes top and very well placed with a couple of games in hand over their closest challengers. The Scorchers, despite 5 defeats, are still in with a chance of making the semi-finals. You'll see the Thunder and the Heat with an odd number of points after the power failure at the Gabba yesterday. All but one side has lost at least 4 games, which makes it a very open competition as we move towards the decisive part of the group stage. Right, let's find out who's fielding and batting now. We can join Megan Barnard out in the middle for the bat flip.
Yeah, great to bring you out into the middle of Optus Stadium for the all-important bat flip. I've got the 2 captains alongside me, match referee Steve Bernard and Ben, who's going to flip the bat. Take it away.
Yep. Flats. Yeah, we'll have a bowl, mate.
What are you going to do, Matty?
We're going to have a bowl.
Easy decision?
Not really. They're always tough decisions, but we prefer to chase, and the ball looked like it swung a little bit here early the other night.
First trip to Perth this season. What do you make of this wicket?
It's hard. I don't know. The test wicket everyone got wrong, so I don't really want to have a stab at this one. We'll just see how it plays.
All right, good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Ashton, what would you have done?
We were going to have a bowl first, but for no real good reason. I think the wicket's going to be pretty similar for both innings.
How do you stop the likes of that man, Matty Wade, and Darcy Short tonight?
Yeah, they're going really well. I think their top order's been a real strength for them, but I think here in Perth, we're going to back our fast bowlers to swing the ball. I think it's been really successful for us over the last few years, and I don't think our tactics have changed too much tonight.
A couple of changes, though, tonight.
Yeah, Dave Willey and Cameron Green are both injured for us, but Will Bazisto and Aaron Hardy come back in. They're exciting players, and we'd like to see the best from them tonight.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
So there you have it. The Hobart Hurricanes have won the toss. They're going to have a bowl first.
So let's have a look at the 2 teams then, and a couple of changes for both sides. Confirmation that Green and Willey are out of the Scorchers side. Bazisto comes back in, as does 20-year-old Aaron Hardy, who plays his 2nd game of the competition. No Ashton Agar. He's out of the tournament. He missed the last game with an ankle injury. Now he's got a broken bone in his hand. Hurricanes also making a couple of changes. Caleb Jewell at number 3, 21-year-old batsman, makes his Big Bash debut in place of Jake Doran, and David Moody, who's the nephew of Tom Moody, is in for Clive Rose. So as a fast medium bowler in for a spinner. Well, we saw what the Australian crowds have been missing on Sunday, and the Perth crowds saw it in this stadium. Cameron Bancroft back after his ban, a ruthless innings. He's actually increased his scores in each of the innings he's played so far in Big Bash. 2, 19, 24, 59, and now 87 not out, 191 runs in the competition. As for the Hurricanes, well, they've got batting power at the top of the order, but they've also got pace as well. They've got the likes of Jofra Archer, and they've got Riley Meredith. He's a young fast bowler, worth keeping an eye on. He got his chance because of injury to Timel Mills right at the start of the competition, and only 4 bowlers have taken more wickets. And the feature of his latest effort, short deliveries getting the wickets. Plunkett going there, and then Jackson Bird, as Hobart Hurricanes closed out another victory. So the Hurricanes are feeling very good about life. 6 wins out of 7 so far. Captain Matthew Wade very relaxed. They want to nail down a home semi-final though. And the Scorchers they need to reproduce the form they showed in this stadium on Sunday. They're batting first, and we'll see their innings after this break.
I will keep on running from the roads that change. I will keep on running till I find my place.
It's acceleration, the power. Look at the pace. No one will stop him. Oh my goodness me! The chase is on.
The free ClearScore app tracks your credit score, offers money coaching, and finds you great deals on credit cards, so you can get those New Year finances in order.
Christmas over?
We've got all the ingredients to make your perfect holiday. Visit teletextholidays.co.uk today. Sale now on at All Protected.
What? The fridge freezer's died? Can't wait until payday to get that fixed. Quick, think.
Restore some order. Find out more at quickquid.co.uk.
Did you know you can buy a new boiler with installation online from Boxed? Boxed was designed by heating engineers to make buying a boiler easier. No hidden costs, no salespeople, no fuss. Answer a few questions about your home and then choose your new A-rated boiler with an installation date that works for you. Tomorrow looks good. Try it for yourself. Get a fixed price for your new boiler in minutes. Visit box.co.uk now.
South Sudan is one of the most dangerous places in the world to have a baby. And this is because so many women die during childbirth. So this is a yak, and she walked here to the MSF hospital in a wheel for 2 days in order to deliver her beautiful newborn baby girl. We provide basic maternal services such as simple deliveries, but also complicated surgeries such as cesarean sections and also other emergency maternal surgery. This is Anger, and she presented to MSF with severe abdominal pain. After examination, we had to rush her to the operating theatre for emergency surgery. Unfortunately, she lost the womb and also the baby, but without the surgery, she would have lost her life as well. It's amazing. For just a few pounds from you, we can continue to provide life-saving maternal care to mums like Amin and our baby Abraham. So please search MSF Hospital online and give just £10. Thank you.
However you take your business card, make the most of it with shape, stocks and finishes from Vistaprint. Now's the time to try 250 standard business cards from $9.99 with code BCNOW. Own the now with Vistaprint.
Friday night in Perth, and the Perth Stadium, a big draw for the Perth Scorchers against the table-topping Hobart Hurricanes in the Big Bash. Perfect evening for cricket. Coming up on BT Sport, Australia against Sri Lanka, another Test series starting next Thursday, 2:45 AM for that on BT Sport 1 HD. And this programme is also available on the BT Sport app. Sky and BT TV customers can download the BT Sport app to watch live and catch up. And we're going to be watching the Perth Scorchers batsman in action very shortly. Just a word on David Willey. Well, I had a look at the bat flip today. Extravagant toss of the bat. Most extravagant one so far. Just a word on David Willey, out of the Perth Scorchers team this evening with a left shoulder injury. And that's going to be assessed before his next game. They hope he'd be fit for the next match. He failed a fitness test. Of course, he is part of England's one-day plans for their tour of the Caribbean. So that's the news on David Willey. So Perth Scorchers out in the middle shortly with Klinger and Bancroft. Bancroft has been excellent in his innings so far, just increasing his scores every time he goes out to bat. Klinger has struggled so far, so fascinating to see how he gets on against the Hurricanes lineup. Here are the Perth Scorchers team. Ashton Turner in at 3 has been fabulous as well. He's their leading run scorer with 300 runs. And a couple of new faces for this evening's game, although they have played so far in the competition. Hardy in at 6 and Basisto at 7. Whiteman, the wicket-keeper. Cartwright, very experienced, in at number 4 for the Perth Scorchers. And a bit of quality in the pace bowling department, the likes of Coulton Nile and AJ Tai, and Kadir, the leg spinner, with his box of tricks. Looking forward to watching him bowl. The son of Abdul, who's trying to qualify to play T20 cricket for Australia. He wants to play in the World T20 in 2020. Australia will be hosting the tournament. Hobart Hurricanes in the field, and this is their lineup. So much power at the top of the order with Short and Wade. They've been excellent in the tournament so far. Darcy Short 355 runs. Caleb Jewell making his debut. Doran's been away with the Cricket Australian 11 team, playing against the Sri Lankan tourists. And some power in the middle order as well, with McDermott and Bailey, and Malenko and Faulkner can hit a long ball as well. Plenty of power in the Hobart Hurricanes middle order. And then the pace of Archer and Meredith. Moody, the nephew of Tom Moody, former Australia Test batsman, one-day batsman, World Cup winner. And that is the Hobart Hurricanes lineup.
Yeah, I've got George Bailey alongside me, who had the luxury of sitting back a few nights ago at the MCG and watching his teammates work their magic. Will we see a bit more of you tonight, George?
Hope not. They're pretty good nights, those ones, when you finish innings 2 or 3 down. So we've been really lucky, I think, the way we've started the tournament with the form of our top 4. They've got us deep into a lot of innings, which has been a real luxury. I'm sure at some stage the middle and lower order will be called on, but hopefully not tonight.
It was a wonderful performance. Darcy Short at his brilliant best. Tell us a bit about his pre-game preparations. How does he get in the zone? Because he's such a cool customer once he's out there.
Yeah, he is. He's pretty relaxed off the field as well. I think that's been one of the things I've noticed about his game over the last couple of years. For someone still relatively young, he's got a real confidence and control in the way he goes about his game, and he prepares the same way. He's got a real trust in his ball striking ability, and he just doesn't panic in the middle, and he prepares much the same way. He just makes sure that he's got a really nice swing and contact on the ball.
And tell us a bit about Riley Meredith. He's been such a revelation this season. He was outstanding the other night, 4 for 21, and he's got some pretty big fans in the names of Shane Warne and Brett Lee Mitchell Johnson as well. How do you keep him grounded?
Oh, that's pretty easy with Riz. As it is with most young cricketers. He's been fantastic. We've been really excited about his progress with Tasmania and with the Hurricanes for a couple of years. Great to see him, getting some consistent game time and performing. But I guess the caveat on that is it's really early on in his career. I think he's been doing a fantastic job. The really pleasing thing from our point of view is he's so keen to learn. And so each and every game, whether it's a successful game for him or not so successful, he treats much the same.
And your opponents tonight, the Scorchers, they appear to be back in business. How do you prepare for a side that, well, they look completely different to the side that you beat at the end of last year?
Yeah, I mean, that's the challenge for teams that are losing a lot of players to Australian representation, isn't it? One, I guess it gives you opportunity to play other players. But secondly, they can be hard to prepare against. But I mean, they're pretty strong. You take 3 or 4 players out of most sides, and it makes them look very different. You look through that Scorchers lineup, and it's still phenomenally strong and really successful. So they're always a team I get a little more nervous playing, particularly here. And yeah, just the last couple of games, it looked like they've got their mojo back a bit, and they'll be really dangerous.
We look forward to a great game. Good luck tonight.
Thanks very much.
That was George Bailey. Apologies we couldn't see that interview with Megan Barnard. But we got the message loud and clear from George Bailey. Just a reminder of the table at the moment. And Hobart Hurricanes with those 6 wins from their 7 matches, 12 points. They look good for a semi-final place. Just a reminder, it's the top 4 who qualify for the semi-finals after 14 games. So the likes of Thunder and Renegades have only got 5 matches left, and it is very close. Even the Melbourne Stars, who are down in 8th place with not a great net run rate, they could still qualify comfortably for the semi-finals. The final is on the 17th of February. And just a word on the Brisbane Heat and Sydney Thunder game, which we brought to you yesterday, with the lights going out and no result because Heat hadn't batted for 5 overs in their second innings. They were under pressure. They'd already lost the Bash brothers, McCullum and Lynn. And Sydney Thunder, their CEO Lee Jamon, former New Zealand cricketer, is in charge at Sydney Thunder, lobbying, saying the Thunder should be awarded both points. Well, clearly it's 1 point each at the moment. They were willing to play and just play with their spinners, just bowl their spinners. They said the light was good enough for that, and the crowd was in, 26,000 at the Gabba yesterday evening, and they were saying the umpires should really just got on with it. We wanted to play. Of course, it wasn't really in the Heat's interest to play because they were well behind in the game. So that to be decided what happens there, but at the moment it's 1 point each, Thunder and Heat. Right, we're waiting for the start of the match. Perth Scorchers against Hobart Hurricanes. We'll bring you the match after this break.
Okay, Peloton, let's do this. Let's see what you've got today. Do not give up now. Let's go. Here we go. You are stronger than you know. 3, 2, 1, saddle.
Great job, Peloton. You smashed it.
Need a better credit card? Then visit the Money Guru. Obviously. I am the comparison master. By using my clever eligibility tool, I can compare deals from an insane number of credit card companies. So, before you pick a card, visit moneyguru.com and see if I can find the best card for you.
Did you know you can buy a new boiler with installation online from Boxed? Boxed was designed by heating engineers to make buying a boiler easier. No hidden costs, no salespeople, no fuss. Answer a few questions about your home and then choose your new A-rated boiler with an installation date that works for you. Tomorrow looks good. Try it for yourself. Get a fixed price for your new boiler in minutes. Visit box.co.uk now.
RAC fix 4 out of 5 cars at the roadside on average in just 30 minutes. Get cover for just £4.50 a month at rac.co.uk.
South Sudan is one of the most dangerous places in the world to have a baby. And this is because so many women die during childbirth. So this is a yak, and she walked here to the MSF hospital in a wheel for 2 days in order to deliver her beautiful newborn baby girl. We provide basic maternal services such as simple deliveries, but also complicated surgery such as cesarean sections and also other emergency maternal surgery. This is Anger, and she presented to MSF with severe abdominal pain. After examination, we had to rush her to the operating theatre for emergency surgery. Unfortunately, she lost the womb and also the baby, but without the surgery, she would have lost her life as well. It's amazing. For just a few pounds from you, we can continue to provide life-saving maternal care to mums like Amin and our baby Abraham. So please search MSF Hospital online and give just £10. Thank you.
Welcome back, nearly ready to go in the Perth Stadium. Slight delay because of the conclusion of the Australia-India one-day international. The conclusion of that is over on BT Sport 1. We're going to concentrate on Perth Scorchers against the Hobart Hurricanes, with Perth Scorchers batting first. Let's cross to our commentary team: Mark Howard, Mitchell Johnson and Michael Hussey.
Bowler talking. Just about set for a start now. James Faulkner, the leading wicket taker. In fact, he's taken 10. Meredith's got 11. So he's had a good tournament for the Hurricanes. As you can see, it is match time. The Scorchers taking on the Hobart Hurricanes. There's a slip. The ring field, as you'd expect, 2 men out, one on the third man boundary, one about 3 metres inside the rope at square leg. And Bancroft, who's been in fantastic touch in his last 2 starts, immediately gives himself room. Faulkner got a bit of in-swing, and that was aggressive.
Wow.
From Cam Bancroft.
Is that sending a message to the bowler or what?
Gee.
Yeah, and Faulkner, he doesn't take a backward step. He comes down and has a few words to Bancroft. I'm sure Matthew Wade, he's generally pretty chirpy behind the stumps as well.
Well, in that heat game, the Scorchers started a bit scratchy, a little bit nervous they looked, and maybe this is just a different plan of attack.
I think he's just giving himself a little bit of room because he's expecting that ball to swing back in, so he just wants to make sure that he can free the arms early and go straight.
Confident start from Bancroft. And there is that in-swing, and well done at mid-wicket.
It's a good length to start with. Nice and full, getting the ball up there, Faulkner to swing it. I just wonder how long it'll take him to go across Bancroft here. Maybe just take his length back slightly to go across, and that first slip will be in play.
This is a big game tonight, Howie. It really is for both teams, because if Hobart win, you'd say they're almost there in the semi-finals. If the Scorchers lose, they're going to be under enormous pressure at the back end of this tournament.
Spot on. Bancroft is gone. Hits it straight to point. The catch is taken. Faulkner gets the early breakthrough, and the local crowd are dead quiet.
Well, going hard again. Cameron Bancroft giving himself room and trying to slash the ball away through the offside. Let's have another look at it. The worst possible start for the Scorchers. Almost a bit of overconfidence, I guess, from Bancroft, and an easy catch for Malenko in the gully. It's a big wicket and a great start for the Hobart Hurricanes. Faulkner is absolutely delighted, as you'd expect. Bancroft, well, he has to go for a duck. Scorchers 1 for none in the very first over.
From the moment your journey begins, we're with you all the way. New places, new adventures, new friends, perfect moments shared. Create your perfect moment with Titan Travel, the escorted tour specialists. Book your award-winning holiday before the 31st of January with a deposit starting from just £40. Search Titan Travel today. At all protected.
Left-hand bat. I don't know what his game plan will be tonight.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how he plays, because obviously the early wicket of Bancroft puts the Scorchers under pressure, and I guess his role generally is to come in and be really aggressive and to try and maximise the batting power play. But that early loss, does he just rein it in a little bit? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. 2 slips now for the left-hander.
He's missed the last 5 games as well, so back in the side. Just say 2 slips now. So the Hurricanes are on the attack. And he squeezed it away, down through third man to get his account open.
Yeah, it's a really good length again. Faulkner getting it up there. He's bowled 4 deliveries this over, 2 swinging back in quite full. That third one, the wicket, Bancroft was a bit shorter, banged it in a little bit more. And that one to the left-hander, hoping it would swing away. Didn't really do too much, but it was the right length and a thickish outside edge.
Klinger has been such a fantastic player for the Scorchers over the years. Top of the order. It's close. And given! Faulkner's got 2 in the first over, and Klinger has to go first ball. What a start for the Hurricanes.
Once again, nice and full. James Faulkner getting it to swing as well. Back into the right-hander.
I'd like to see a replay on this one. Was it swinging down the leg side? Was it pitching in line? We'll have to have another look. Beautiful seam position from Faulkner.
Oh, it's tight.
As a left-arm bowler, are you feeling that's out?
Yes. But look, I think the umpire took his time. He's made the decision, and as you see, Klinger has to go for a first ball duck.
So a couple of ducks for the home side. Their openers are both back in the sheds. Klinger goes out first ball. Often in the competition we've seen spinners open the bowling, and now you get the white ball here where the ball swings, and it just shows the difference it can make.
And what about James Faulkner? What a competitor he is. very first ball, Bancroft giving himself room, looking to smash him down the ground, but he did not take a backward step, and he's now picked up 2 wickets. Ashton Turner, the new man to the crease, and he has been in scintillating touch for the Perth Scorchers. What a player he's been, averaging 50 in this BBL 8, 300 runs to his name, strike rate of 136. So this is the key man, and the Hurricanes will be delighted that they've got him out into the middle this early in the game.
Yeah, especially with the ball moving around. Again, the Yorker, this was spearing down the leg side, but it's full and swinging. Great start from James Faulkner and the men in purple. 2 for 2 after the first over.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that first ball he's bowled to Bancroft, and he's dug that one in a bit shorter, followed him, trying to give himself room. Faulkner really had, that was just full and straight. Again, a little bit of swing. But Faulkner stuck to his plan.
Look at the tracking, pitching just outside leg stump.
Well, if Maxi Klinger is looking at the screen in the change room, he might be doing what that duck was doing on the screen.
He's been a bit unlucky, Klinger, in the last couple of games, hasn't he? He was out in the previous match off the 7th ball of an over, and now an LBW decision going against him, which clearly pitched outside leg and was missing leg stump.
Is that a bad error from the umpire? Because the ball was swinging and it was nice and full. If it was a shorter delivery, then you're thinking it's pitching outside leg. But I think just because of that fuller delivery. But Maxi Klinger.
Meredith now to Turner. Bit of width outside off stump. Being one of the finds of the tournament, this young man came in after Tymel Mills had an issue with his hamstring and has made every post a winner.
I'm looking forward to watching him bowl. I've not really seen him live yet, and I know Shane Warne's a big rap on him. From all reports, he's been bowling extremely quick for the Hurricanes, and that ball swung away nicely.
I'm pretty sure he played in that semi-final. I was pretty impressed with him then, and he's just gotten better and better. And speaking to the coach, comes in. Bit tighter on his line that time. Turner just having a little bit of a dip at it outside the off stump.
And I guess that's what happens as a batsman. When you're facing someone with really good pace, you end up playing at balls that perhaps you don't need to. I know it's the start of a T20 game and you see batsmen play a lot more shots, but the adrenaline really gets pumping. You start feeling for balls that you probably should let go.
Yeah, 4 for 21 in his last start against the Melbourne Stars. Really ripped a hole in there. Order 2 for 2 the home side. Local crowd quiet. Turner the key. He leaves it alone outside off stump.
What I was about to say is Adam Griffith, the coach, was saying he's really matured this year. He's playing a lot more cricket. He's getting opportunities and he's training really hard. And I sort of noticed that this year, the maturity level has changed with him. He's 21 years of age. He looks really good. There's a lot of talk about him now. So hopefully he can just go out there and bowl and not worry about that kind of stuff. But he's been really impressive. He bowls fast. He's in the top 5 wicket takers. He's got 11 wickets this BBL. So he'll enjoy this wicket. And he performed well against the Scorchers last time as well.
Can I ask you, do you change much as a bowler, Mitch, when you're playing on, say, an Eastern State pitch that may be a little bit lower and slower? When you come to this Optus Stadium pitch, which is fast, bouncy, got some grass on it, do you have to make any adjustments as a bowler?
Well, look, I think for him, it's because he does bowl fast and he does intimidate. I think his hard length is fine on these kind of wickets. Yes, you want to get him a little bit fuller. James Faulkner at the other end is getting it up there and swinging the ball nice and full. So he's more of a chance if Meredith is bowling the way he is, bowling hard and fast into the wicket. It might just bring wickets at the other end for a Faulkner who's bowling fuller.
Down to the boundary, the first of the evening for the home side. They've lost early wickets though. Whiteman the key, both openers already gone. They're 2 for 7. Klinger out first ball, Bancroft as well. Didn't trouble the scorers, and it was Faulkner with 2 wickets in his first over. Hello and welcome if you're joining us for the first time. If you've come across on the one day, congratulations to India. wrapping up that series 2-1 as they continue their domination of the Australian summer. But early problems for the Perth Scorchers here. They're up against the red-hot Hobart Hurricanes. Have already got 2 wickets. Whiteman. Oh, he plays outside off stump. Meredith's interested. No one else is. And that is the end of the over.
Okay, Peloton, let's do this. Let's see what you've got today. Do not give up now. Let's go. Here we go. You are stronger than you know. 3, 2, 1, saddle.
Great job, Peloton. You smashed it.
Feeling stuck? An Uncle Buck short-term loan could help unstick you. Apply now. Get a provisional decision straight away. Representative 1,249.2% APR. Don't stay stuck. Go to Uncle Buck.
Klinger in the very first over, so some work for Whiteman and Turner to do for the Scorchers to get a competitive total.
That was after Matty Wade of the Hurricanes won the toss, elected to bowl, said he was looking for a bit of swing early. James Faulkner certainly provided that. And again, another wicket! Faulkner is absolutely destroying the Scorchers here. He's got 3 in his opening 1.1 overs, and the home side 3 for 7.
Well, just moving down the leg side there, Turner. I don't know if he was trying to negate the swing or what he was trying to do there, but another nice full delivery by Faulkner. And it's coming out of the hand beautifully.
Surprised to see Turner giving himself so much room there, especially after the 2 early loss of wickets, and it just swung back onto the pad and then clipping the stumps.
Yeah, look, it's a little bit unlucky as well.
It is.
But when you're on, you're on. And James Faulkner, I think what's got in the minds of the Scorchers here is that swing. I think they've expected it, but he's definitely been swinging the ball as Ashton Turner, the skipper, has to go for 2 off 6. Scorchers in big trouble here, 3 for 7, 2.1.
Ben McDermott is out in the middle. Mark Howard. Ben, good evening. James Faulkner, what about this?
Yeah, another great start from Jimmy. He's been excellent. Hopefully we can get this one and then sort of into the all-rounders maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
He's up, Ben. You've got 3 for 7. You're going okay and swinging the ball early.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's been swinging it regularly for us and been exceptional up top. So hopefully he can keep going here.
I'll speak to you in a moment. Stand by there, Ben. Hang around for us. Slight delay out in the middle. Hilton Cartwright, the new man to the crease, who's had a pretty tough tournament so far. Top score of 53 in the second match. But since then, things have been a bit of a struggle. They need him tonight. And there is that shape. Punched down the ground. Nice way to get off the mark by Cartwright. Really well played as Jofra Archer chases after it. Ben is still out there. It's going to be a task facing that man as well, I would have thought, Ben. Jofra Archer on a deck like this.
What was that? Sorry, mate. I've got a fire coming out the back of me.
That's okay. I'm just saying Jofra Archer, he'll be a handful as well, I would have thought, out there tonight.
Yeah, he will be. He will be. It looks pretty fast. It was last couple of games, so he'll be a handful bowling pretty fast, I'd say.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Good way to get off the mark from Hilton Cartwright.
He's a class player, Hilton Cartwright. I know he's had a bit of a tough tournament so far, but he's someone that will invest a little bit of time early in his innings. Look to play good cricket shots, won't try and do anything overzealous early in his innings, and from a Scorchers perspective, hopefully build a bit of an innings and a platform. So, yeah, the Scorchers certainly need him to play an innings of substance tonight.
The amount of wickets we've seen in the power play in this tournament has been quite extraordinary. Frequently teams have been 2 and 3 in the power play. The home side at the moment 3 for 12 off just 2.4. Once you lose 3 in that power play, it is a long, long way back, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes it hard. And I guess as a batting unit now, how do they go about this, the Scorchers? Do they just try and knock a few around, get past this swing ball? It looks like it's starting to lose that shape just a little bit. It's not swinging as much.
Yeah, well, it generally only swings for what, the first probably 3 or 4 overs here. That's a good shot from Sam Whiteman, unlucky. But yeah, it generally swings for a couple of overs and then it settles down. So I still think these 2 Scorchers players need to remain positive. Okay, yes, lost 3 wickets and it's the worst possible start. But you can't afford just to go into the shell and just go at 2 or 3 and over, because suddenly 10 overs have gone. you still might have only lost 3 wickets, but you've got no runs on the board as well. So it's important to remain positive, run hard between the wickets, be as busy as you possibly can, and try and change the momentum of the game by doing the basics well.
Plays across the line. It's an ambitious shot from Whiteman. Faulkner, another wonderful over. He's bowled 2 overs, 8 dots, got 3 for 7, 3 for 12. If you're currently watching on channel 503, you can flip across to 501 Fox Cricket, or even onto 444 if you wish. But this is a phenomenal start by the Cubs.
That was the last ball of James Faulkner's over, and the reason why Sam Whiteman walked across and tried to flick the leg side because they moved the fielder from square leg over to the offside. So there was no one. It was basically just the one fielder inside the ring on the leg side, and it's a risky shot though, particularly after you've lost 3 wickets. And we see David Moody coming in for the Hobart Hurricanes on debut.
A famous local name, Mike.
Yeah, indeed. Nephew of Tom Moody, who obviously played for Western Australia and Australia.
Got his height.
He's quick too.
To Cartwright.
He's a very good runner too. I love watching him run in and bowl. But yeah, he does that 2K time trial pretty quickly as well. For such a tall guy, he's a very, very good runner. So I did run into him before as he receives his cap. Adam Griffith there. Spent a lot of time together when they were at Western Australia. He was outside hoping to play a game. He's got his chance tonight.
Yeah, not many steps in his 2K time trial. Looking at him, Jono, he'd cover 100 pretty quickly.
He floats. He's one of those guys, just floats. He runs and he just floats across. It looks effortless. And I wish I had that sort of stamina that he did, because I was useless at the 2K.
That is a long pair of purple pants.
He's a very, very good athlete. And I rate him as bowler as well.
Yep.
He hasn't played a lot of cricket yet because of a few little injuries along the way, but I think when he gets it right and gets some continuity in his game, it's going to be a very good prospect. But he'll be nervous tonight, playing against a lot of his teammates from because he's from Western Australia in the Sheffield Shield competition. First game in the Big Bash. Talk us through his run-up, Mitch.
Yeah, a couple of little steps at the start there, but he just gets into his rhythm. His arms come through not too bad. He gets that wrist, he locks it in. He's really relaxed with his wrist and he locks in. He's quite tall guy, but he releases it from a tall height as well.
Whiteman goes through the covers. It was in the air. Jofra Archer can't track it down.
Not many will be able to if Jofra Archer can't track it down, because he is quick as well. But a good shot from Whiteman. It was upish, but he managed to find the gap perfectly, putting some pressure on the debutant Moody. It's not a bad delivery, really.
A bad delivery. It's probably top of the stumps. But I don't think Whiteman's changing his game here. I think if he sees a little bit of width, he's going to go for it. That's his strength.
Oh, it's just helped on its way. That's about 15 rows back, if not more, by Whiteman. First 6 of the night.
Oh, what a shot from Whiteman. Premeditated. I think he was expecting the full ball from Moody. He got exactly what he was after. That's gone way back. Using the pace of Moody.
Got the crowd's attention. Nice crowd in tonight. Not sure what the numbers are, but definitely woke them up after the start.
It was a bad delivery from Moody. Down the leg side, too full. Easily helped on its way by Sam Whiteman. He's looking good. 15 from just the 8 balls faced. 2 4s already and a 6.
Nice counter-attack. This is over-pitched. And they hustle through for a single. So a good over. Much needed by the Scorchers. 12 from it. 3 for 24 from 4. Mitch, you were talking.
Hello. Here's your package.
Finally.
Surprise!
Stop! Your pizza.
Yes!
Can I help you?
See, hear and speak to whoever's at your door from anywhere. Enjoy the convenience and peace of mind of the Ring Video Doorbell.
Hey man, it's me.
Sorry, Paul, I'm on holiday.
Okay, have fun.
Thank you.
Visit ring.com or get yours at selected retailers. Ring, always home.
Faulkner gets another go here.
To Whiteman with a slip in. Oh, that is just whacked away on the leg side. This is some counter-attack from Whiteman. Hits his second six. Well, that is an Alinta energy hit, no doubt about it. All of a sudden, 3 for 30.
And that's gone to the long boundary as well.
It's a big hit.
Oh, it's absolutely creamed that. Let's have another look at it.
The ball not swinging this time. A little bit shorter in length. Is Faulkner going to follow this one up with?
Hear the noise coming off the bat.
Good catch in the crowd as well. 17 from his last 5 balls prior to that.
Still a bit of swing there. When you do get it up there, Faulkner's rolled the wider one then, and it swung away late.
That was clever. Here's the crowd catch again. How are you called? I didn't actually see the person in the crowd take the catch. She's not easy with a few other hands going for it as well. Good solid hands, because that would have been coming in quite hard as well.
Good moustache too, only beaten by James Faulkner, and the man beside us in the commentary who's got a nice mow he's rolling tonight, Mitch Johnson.
Yeah, isn't he?
Whiteman striking at 200. Beats him outside off stump. Where's it developing this one, Mitch? We've seen the big handlebars. Is this going to go down that path or not?
I'm going the Dejasia. I actually need to speak to him and find out what products he uses, get the little twist on.
Right.
How much effort you actually have to put into it.
How long does it take to get to this level?
This has been probably
a couple of days?
3 weeks.
Well, you can push on and go down that path if you wish, Jono.
The mullet
there. Oh. So the Jadeja, you're going to go with a full twirl on the end, are we?
I'm going to have a crack.
Keep them low!
You can hear Wade.
Wade's just saying, can you keep the throws low? Because the lights are, it's like a ring of fire coming around the top of the stadium. When the throws come in, it's right in line with the lights.
There has been a few issues here. I know in the Heat game there was a couple of close chances. McCullum was diving around and he got the lights caught in his eye. They are a little bit lower here.
I'm not sure the Brisbane Heat can complain too much about the lights. When the Bash Brothers got out last night, and all of a sudden they just said, well, we're in a bit of bother. Where's the magic switch? And we'll blame the local energy company.
Oh, as a Thunder fan, I'm not happy about that.
I know Chris Lynn's got a lot of pull in Queensland, but I didn't realise he had that much. I'm out and turn the lights off. But in all seriousness, the Sydney Thunder have put an official request to CA this afternoon saying, well, we think we should get the points. They put in an official move. Not sure how much luck they'll have, but gee, they were stiff. Needs to hurry here. He's taking on Jofra Archer and does it well.
That's a good single there.
8 from the over, 3 for 32 from 5. What are your thoughts on that? That decision that will need to be made? Should the Heat get the points or not?
Well, I'm a bit biased.
Sorry, the
Thunder. Well, yeah, I think from I don't know, I wasn't there, so it's a little bit hard to sort of judge from the outside if you're at the ground to see actually how dark it was. But I know the Thunder guys were saying we'll bowl the spinners for a couple of overs just to make sure we get the game in. Obviously the Heat were saying no, we're not keen on that. But it did seem a bit unfair, and obviously with Brisbane being the local team, that they're responsible for the game to be played correctly. I think the Thunder should get the points.
Quite biased you are though, Michael, let's be honest.
Yeah, I don't know where I sit on that. I think surely you have a backup generator, or there's going to be a test match there in not too long. So
it does have to be safe for the players. That's first and foremost, I guess. But if you're facing the spinners, I guess it's hard, because if you set a precedent there, then where does it go next time? So I can understand the umpire's decision at the time.
Archer now, you get a bit of bounce in this deck. And I guess with inclement weather, you need to have 5 overs for each side, and they didn't get through the 5 overs, so to the letter of the law, maybe the right decision was made. But gee, Shane Watson's peeled off one of the great hundreds, had the opposition 2 for 10, and no result. Geez, he batted well though last night, Shane Watson.
Oh, he was vintage Shane Watson. He just looked. It must be horrible to bowl to when he's in that sort of form.
Very horrible. And especially how hard he hits the ball. He just loads up. He's got that little. He goes back and he comes forward at you and just, it's not good. Actually, he got me in the IPL last year.
Whiteman goes again, this time away on the leg side. Jofra Archer of all people, like it hit the rope on the full. That's a third 6 to Whiteman, and he came in with his side in all sorts of trouble.
This is a great shot as well. Again, going across the crease, looking to hit the ball to the leg side. Great contact. That's another huge boundary out that side. Let's have another look.
Archer just getting slightly full there, but in the right position there, Whiteman. He's
That's good pace from Archer. 147 k's per hour.
Now that's Whiteman's go-to though, that leg side. He just picks it up quite easily, and it was that hit. It's a big hit. The square boundaries are big here.
He's not bowling slow either. His last delivery was at 147.1 clicks, if you don't mind. And this is wild and woolly and short and signal to wide.
Archer can't believe it, but that looked really high with the naked eye, and not sure the thinking there with fine leg up inside the circle. All Whiteman had to do was get some sort of bat or glove on, and it would have gone probably for another 6, but that's way over his head.
I'm not sure he can complain about that.
Archer can't complain about that.
Darcy Shaw, he had a perfect view.
He's not going to make much of an umpire, Darcy Shaw.
It was twice over Darcy Shaw's head. So a change now from Archer. He's putting fine leg back on the rope, and the third man comes up inside the circle.
Yeah, so he's trying to angle. He's going to try and angle the ball into the left-handed Whiteman. Well, and now Slip's coming out as well, going into a mid-wicket position. All those fielders on the offside will come around and try and close the angles off. Interesting to see what Whiteman does here.
Talk me through that one, Michael Hussey.
Well, it looks like he slipped on the front crease there, Archer. He looks in a little bit of discomfort. But yeah, that's a no ball and a free hit for Sam Whiteman.
Yeah, it can be a bit slippery here with that grass as well. I played a couple of games, a couple of practice games here before the semi-final a couple of years ago, and definitely can get a bit slippery on that crease.
I'm not sure whether that was called no ball on the front foot or another ball over the head high.
Yeah. I'm sure if he got a warning as well.
Let's have a look at the front foot. It's a bit hard to tell on that, but it's way over the head of Whiteman. So I wonder if the second one over the shoulders constitutes a no ball.
Free hit, nevertheless. Tugged away on the leg side. Boundary. Whiteman, with a brilliant counter-attack, moves to 33 from just 17. He's striking at 194, and he's digging the home side out of a big, big hole.
Oh, isn't he what? This is quality batting from Whiteman. That was a free hit, so you'd expect him to go hard on that one, and the contact was good enough to beat fine leg. Geez, swinging hard.
I'd go back over the wicket if I was Archer here.
Why is that, Mitch?
Oh, just use the angle across Whiteman, who likes to hit everything leg side. And with the big boundaries, yeah, he got hit for that one, but it was a full leg side delivery. I think if he can go across him on a tight sort of off stump to sort of 4-stump line, it's probably a better chance on Whiteman here.
Final ball, the power play. Oh, it's a slow one. That's a bizarre over. It's called a no ball again. Could be a run out at the other end. To quote the famous Victorian Bill Lawry, it is all happening here at the moment. So we're going to get another delivery. The power play will continue. Gee.
I don't think Whiteman wanted to run that, seeing the no ball call.
That's why Cartwright was so keen to get down the other end. But there was a slow ball this time from Archer. And as you can see, it's probably a good call from the umpire, just over the waist of Sam Whiteman. 15 runs from this over so far. George Bailey, with all his experience, just trying to calm Jofra Archer down. Got to be clear in your mind what field you want to have and what type of ball you want to bowl. They can change the field. So Cartwright's on strike.
It's been an interesting over, that's for sure.
12 off the first 2 overs, 35 from the last 3. Another free hit. And it's a dot, getting through Cartwright. So the end of a long and eventful over. And this might be the best Harvey Norman highlights of a power play we've seen this Big Bash, because there is wickets, there's runs, there's sixes, there's everything.
Well, it's a power play of two halves, really. The first half, it was all the Hobart Hurricanes, and particularly James Faulkner. Be a little bit lucky to get that one of Michael Klinger. 2 ducks at the top of the order. Then the big man, Ashton Turner, went as well. And then suddenly, Sam Whiteman just said, right, I'm going to counterpunch here and put the pressure back on to the Hobart Hurricanes, and played some magnificent shots. He's working his way to 34 not out. He's hit 3 sixes and 3 fours. He's going at a strike rate of just a touch under 180, and certainly changed the whole momentum of this game.
And you could see the lengths that had changed to Whiteman as well. I think they went half volley length and then back of a length, which is where he wants it. So they sort of went away from their plan a little bit after he started to really go hard. And he's got himself in here.
James Faulkner did spend an over off the ground. He's back out there. So Johan Botha now to Whiteman. It's over pitch, but he'll get away with it.
Well over pitched. Umpires might have a close look at that one as well, but he charged down the pitch, I guess, Whiteman. So he probably took the no ball over the waist out of it. But Johan Botha, he's been a good player for a number of teams, really. Played in Adelaide, he's played for the Sydney Sixers, he's now playing for the Hobart Hurricanes. He's a cagey bowler, really changes his pace well. He bowls very well to his fields as well, and he's a great competitor.
This partnership 41 from 27. After 3 early wickets. Tries a little reverse sweep. There's protection there. We might go out in the middle for a couple of deliveries and just have a bit of a list in the middle of the Perth Stadium. Letting Jofra Archer know he was going to bowl the next over from that end.
Geez, you've done that every game, Whitey.
Nice bit of advice there now from Matty Wade. Crossing the leg side to fill the point position.
Line up now, Joffy.
Sending Archer a bit finer. Short third man.
Yours.
Pretty good over from Johan Botha. Just 4 from 3 for 51.
From the moment your journey begins, we're with you all the way. New places, new adventures, new friends, perfect moments shared. Create your perfect moment with Titan Travel, the escorted tour specialists. Book your award-winning holiday before the 31st of January with a deposit starting from just £40. Search Titan Travel today. At all protected.
You ever seen him playing for Australia in any form as a batsman, Mike?
I wouldn't rule it out personally. I think you need to reward the guys that have been dominating in the level below. Now, I know the message went back to him that they prefer him to bat a bit higher and score the runs up there, but I don't necessarily subscribe to that. I think big runs anywhere are good runs.
Oh, that's through Hilton Cartwright. Saw Curtis Patterson too make a big 150 against the Sri Lankans in the CA11 match, and I think It was tough for Renshaw and Burns again in the second innings of that game today as well.
Yeah, just going back on Wade, I agree with you, Mike, on that. And I think what also he could bring is a little bit of character, a bit of that, you know, how he is behind the stumps, just a bit of something, you know. He is a fiery character. And I think, look, I don't think the public dislike seeing that kind of stuff, as long as it's not overboard and you're not swearing and carrying on. Maybe just, he's scoring runs. That's the main thing. And I agree with you. I don't buy into that as well. If you're scoring runs at 6, you're scoring runs.
He really seems as though he's settled back down in Hobart, feels very comfortable there around family and friends, and is playing some fantastic cricket.
He's doing some work away from cricket, isn't he, on the tours as well, Matty Wade?
Nice right leg.
Tell you what, this is a much better start from Jofra Archer in his second over. I guess the field is back now, so the batsmen aren't looking to play the big shots as much at this stage, but it's a much better line and length that Archer's bowling. Good partnership here between Whiteman and Cartwright with 46 from just the 35 balls.
Yeah, and he can afford to just pitch it a little shorter as well and use those square boundaries, and it is quite big towards the square boundaries here.
Is that a tactic you'd expect the Scorchers or both teams to use as the game wears on, try and get the batsman to hit to the bigger, squarer boundaries?
Yeah, I think so. It's like the Gabba, where you try and do that as well. It's quite short, straight, so you don't want to get too full. But early on, MCG, it's knowing the dimensions of the grounds, and it's not to say don't bowl Yorkers.
Oh, wow. Gee whiz. He bowled some interesting stuff tonight, Jofra Archer. Bowled a couple of half-trackers, a couple of... He might actually get taken off. Here he is. Well, I think he got a warning previously, Jofra Archer, after that very short ball where he seemed to slip and lose his run-up. You don't see this very often. There's a free hit, and Jofra Archer, after receiving a warning, has now been taken out of the tack by the umpires.
Wow, well, this is big. This Jofra Archer is obviously one of the key men for the Hobart Hurricanes. Let's have a look at it again. It was a slow ball and just got it all wrong. I don't know if it slipped out. But yeah, the third ball, third or fourth over the waist. At least.
Yeah. The first one was a warning, and then his second one, he's off. But it's got to be deemed. Is it got to be deemed dangerous? That's a slow ball. That's not a dangerous delivery, right?
Not 100% sure, but I do know that he won't be able to bowl again in the innings.
Which is a big loss because he's only through 10 deliveries. 10 legal deliveries, I say.
He's in my Supercoach team too, Howie.
Well, you're stuffed, It's quite extraordinary. So Malenko will have to come on to bowl out the rest of the over.
Let's have a look at their team as well. Have they got enough depth here?
Malenko gets them through okay.
And they've also got Darcy Short can bowl a couple of overs if need be as well. So they've got Short, Malenko, Faulkner, Bota, Moody, Meredith. They've probably got enough cover here, the Hobart Hurricanes. But yeah, that's certainly, it's a big story, really.
But you got to think, well, Moody didn't quite start too well. He's gone for a few off his first over. They target him when he comes back on at his short one bowler.
You've got to remember it's a free hit as well for Sam Whiteman.
Bit stiff for Simon Malenko. It wasn't his fault. Now he's got to deliver a free hit.
He's bringing up mid-on his circle. So fine leg's gone back. Deep square. Deep point.
So he's going to have to bowl shorter.
Into the wicket.
He does. Whiteman doesn't really time it. The catch will be taken, but it's a free hit, so it goes down as a run. I'm sure there was many takers when Matty Wade was looking to see who could finish out the over. The free hit to start. Simon Malenko was closest and got the short end of the stick.
Well, Wade's bowled a few in his career, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, true.
You take the gloves off, and that's hard, isn't it? That first ball of a new bowler, I know Whiteman is going along quite well, but hasn't seen Malenko yet tonight. And he's a little skiddier.
Yeah.
So probably just got on him a little bit quick. Knew the ball was going to be shorter.
Well, the end of an over bowled by two fellas. One was Archer, one was Malenko. Go figure, 3 for 56 from 8.
And it's going to really change the plans for Matthew Wade, because you'd expect Archer to bowl at the death as well. So he's going to have to come up with a new plan of who's going to bowl at the death. So it certainly throws the plans and strategy out the window, really, for that man Matthew Wade.
Jofra Archer still shaking his head.
What would he be feeling now, Mitch? Would it be a combination of, you feel like you've let the team down, I guess, obviously?
Yeah.
A bit embarrassed, I'm sure.
Probably all of those emotions. He has to really dig in the field and do something special, I think. Yeah, he'd be pretty disappointed, I think.
Oh, yes, he's done this a few times, boys. Run down, bold, run down stump. Happened a few times already in the BBL.
The other concern Matty Wade has is Malenko's 2 deliveries count to an over, so he's only got 3 overs more he can be called upon to bowl, due to the fact he bowled 2 deliveries to fill in for Jofra Archer. So it gets even trickier for Matty Wade, who may need a calculator out there shortly.
Are you using a bail?
I wonder if that ball is, there's a bit of dew out there or not. I'm not sure. I mean, I've seen Bota, that first ball he bowled in his first over, slip out a little bit. Bowled a couple of fuller ones here. Archer.
Cartwright. Long, strong, and way back.
Well, that is huge. It's like Cartwright just made his mind up that this ball was going out of the park, and as soon as it was tossed up a little bit by Bota, Cartwright needed no second invitation, and that is a great strike. It's one of his real strengths, skipping down the pitch, hitting through the line.
It's a great shot against Bota.
It's on the second level. It's huge.
Yes.
It's good placement then. Knew that one was going to be a little bit quicker after that. Maybe threw up the last delivery, but yeah, Cartwright, such a powerful player, got down to the wicket and pretty much caressed that one over the boundary.
They were 3 for 7, the Hobart Hurricanes, is what they had, the Scorchers. Now this partnership, 58 from 43. It's a great comeback.
Let's go, both.
Looking for 2 here.
Something the Scorchers always do well is run between the wickets. It's nicely played from Cartwright. Just tried to hit the ball gently into the leg side. Bota did his best to get around to cut off the 2, but they're very quick, Cartwright. You're right, Howie, from the start, when the Scorchers were 3 for 7, how much has this game changed? Since that moment, you feel like it's been all Scorchers.
Due to Whiteman.
Yeah.
Bowling.
It's really clever batting from Cartwright.
I leave early in the morning and get home late at night.
Get your NHS repeat prescription delivered free. Register now with pharmacy2u.co.uk/NHS.
It makes sense.
The free ClearScore app tracks your credit score, offers money coaching and finds you great deals on loans, so you can get those New Year finances in order.
New Year, Numos. Feeling stuck? An Uncle Buck short-term loan could help unstick you. Apply now. Get a provisional decision straight away. Representative 1,249.2% APR. Don't stay stuck. Go to Uncle Buck.
So you heard it there. That's one warning. That was the one that was a slower ball that came way out the back. And at that point, that was the end of Jofra's night.
Jofra knew, didn't he? He came straight in, grabbed his hat, and he knew he was out of the attack. So that's a huge story for the Hobart Hurricanes to deal with. Looks like Darcy Short is going to come into the attack. Might not have been in the plans of Matthew Wade, but because of Jofra Archer being taken out of the attack altogether.
And it was the 2 full tosses over hip height that were the problems. Right. No problems with the short balls. It was the 2 illegal deliveries one warning for the first, and the second he was out of the attack. Now Darcy Short comes into it. And we're talking up his bowling at the start of the night, Mitchell Johnson, Darcy Short.
Oh, I think he's underrated. These two are their teammates for Western Australia. Just saying, Sammy Whiteman, get out of the way, mate. Here comes the ball.
He's got great variety, that's for sure, Darcy Short. And he tries to give him a rip as well. That variation might work here for him, or could go against him.
Nicely bowled, Das. Bowling. Go.
It's a nice start from Darcy Short, landing his deliveries nicely. Not a lot of turn in this pitch. He's hitting a good length. Sometimes it's nice to bring a spinner on just to change the pace of the game a little bit.
Nicely bowled that again.
Again, it's good length. Bowling to his field. I know Bota has been on from the other end as well, but sometimes you just get into a rhythm against a certain style of bowling, and just to bowl someone a bit different, can spin the ball both ways. Darcy Short desperately need a wicket now, the Hurricanes, just to break this momentum.
He swept that fine as well, gave himself room. Short followed him, and this is a gem of an innings from Whiteman. He moves to 45 from 29.
Well, this is good cricket all round. I thought Sam Whiteman gave himself room, but I thought Darcy Short did really well to follow him. And Whiteman just went through with a sweep shot, got it nice and fine for 4.
Yeah, the two options there was either to go there or go like a wide, slow one.
Bold, Das.
Ten from the over, 3 for 79.
Another good over by the Scorchers there. Last few overs, they've really have kicked on.
Ben McDermott is out in the middle. Ben, how do you see the state of the game? It's changed a lot in the last 7 or 8 overs.
Yeah, certainly. We've let it sit massively here. It's not nice when you're one of your best bowlers can only bowl 1.4, but backing us to bring it back again.
It's put the captain under the pump a bit, hasn't it, with his rotations now with no Jofra Archer?
Yeah, I think Simon Milenko is going to have to bowl a couple now. But yeah, hopefully our other boys can step up and do the job now.
Pretty loud out there, big crowd in the house, Ben.
Yeah, it is, it's massive, it's really loud as well. So, very loud.
They've all come to see you bat.
Hopefully.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
So they were 3 for 7 with the Scorchers. They're now 3 for 79. Seems a lifetime ago when James Faulkner got 3 in no time.
Yeah, well, there's certainly a little bit of swing early on, and James Faulkner picked up some brilliant early wickets. But since then, I feel as though this pitch has played really well. It's had nice pace, nice carry, come onto the bat. Batsmen have been able to play their shots, so maybe that'll be a tactic from the Hobart Hurricanes. Just give themselves a chance in those first couple of overs, wait for that ball to stop swinging, and then you look like you can play some pretty good shots all around the ground.
Scorchers have got some good swing bowlers up the frame with Coulton Isle. Swing it at pace as well.
A late call from Cartwright. Let's have a look at what James Faulkner did in his first 7 deliveries. After 1.1 overs, he already had 3 wickets in the bag.
Yeah, what he did really well was he got nice and full, and then he dug that third ball in and followed Bancroft. Maybe a little bit lucky with this one, but again, getting it up there nice and full, allowing that ball to swing. And maybe a little bit of luck again. But the thing was, he got it nice and full. He followed Bancroft and Turner there and gave himself the best chance. Didn't let them swing with that width or anything like that. So a really good piece of bowling. Good spell.
Good cricket all round. That's a good Yorker there from Meredith. Well, I think what he did well was he got the ball moving early. And any time the ball is moving, it puts a little bit of doubt in the batsman's mind. If it's dead straight, Generally, batsmen can just line you up and hit through the line, but as soon as that ball starts moving either way or spin, it creates that doubt and it certainly has you under pressure.
Yeah, and that's where probably Faulkner had struggled over the last year or so. He wasn't swinging the ball back into a right-hander or away. He was generally going away from the right-hander and not really bringing that ball back in. So he's really got himself into the game here. And I think the Scorchers bowlers, if they would have been watching that very, very closely to see what the ball was doing. Let's see.
PredictViz says 149. Expecting the Scorchers to get. I think that's a tad on the low side, to be honest. I think they'll be looking for a few more than that.
Would like to see it when they were 3 for 7.
I think it's a good move here from Wade to bring Meredith back. It's obviously high on confidence at the moment. He needs a wicket from one of his main bowlers.
He's bowling a good line there. He's giving himself a chance.
It's interesting that he's got mid-off and mid-on up inside the circle, so it sort of tells me he probably wants to bowl back of a length a little bit, but that one was quite full, and Cartwright was trying to go downtown.
Yeah, I think when you've got a quick bowler like Meredith on, you want the batsman to try and think they can hit them over the head. So I like the tactic there, but he has to be very careful. He doesn't want to get too full.
Yeah.
It's a better length. Only one bounce. Short out there. That's a better length.
Just 3 runs from the over. 11 gone, 3 for 82, the Scorchers.
Hello, here's your package.
Finally.
Surprise!
Stop! Your pizza.
Yes, Mum.
Can I help you?
See, hear and speak to whoever's at your door from anywhere. Enjoy the convenience and peace of mind of the Ring video doorbell.
Hey man, it's me.
Sorry, Paul, I'm on holiday.
Okay, have fun.
Thank you.
Visit ring.com or get yours at selected retailers. Ring, always home.
Swept away hard. In previous seasons, Mitch, you were playing here, and Huss, you were, and then moved on. Back across at the WACA, the crowds would circulate around the whole ground. It was a sellout every single time the Scorchers played. It was quite phenomenal.
I think the games used to sell out in about 8 or 9 minutes, didn't they?
Yeah.
The WACA.
Yeah, great atmosphere there at the WACA. Look, totally two different grounds altogether.
Was it a different feel at the WACA compared to Optus Stadium?
Yeah, the game I did play here in that semi-final, we had, I think it was 52,000. Yeah. Look, an amazing venue, absolutely great to look at, light show, it just looks great. And the wicket played quite well.
Yeah! Well done. Either caught behind or stump, take your pick. Darcy Short, nicely bowled, and Cartwright walks off.
Oh, that's great bowling from Darcy Short. I think it was the wrong one. Not sure it was picked by Cartwright, and I think you called it right. I think it was a little outside edge first through to Matthew Wade. Took the bails off just to make sure. But yeah, that's a very important wicket for the Hurricanes. Just what they needed. Beautifully pitched wrong. Cartwright has to go.
Yeah, I think maybe premeditated coming out. He's just bowled a really good length, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Darcy Short, he's hitting the wicket. He's bowled a really good wrong in there. Cartwright was going along well there. 29 from 29.
Over 1 million people have come to L&C for expert mortgage advice. To glide through your mortgage choices like a market-savvy swan, get in touch and let's L&C how we can help for free.
Okay, Peloton, let's do this. Let's see what you've got today. Do not give up now. Let's go. Here we go. You are stronger than you know. 3, 2, 1, saddle.
Great job, Peloton. You smashed it.
I didn't see much of his batting, so he seemed to produce a lot of all-rounders.
Well, he's come in at a very important stage for the Scorchers here. Needs to get another partnership going with Sam Whiteman. Oh! Darcy Short bowling beautifully, but he's away.
This is his second big bash match for Aaron Hardy. So Whiteman on 49.
I wonder if he'll just knock a few around here to get Hardy, get him to see the ball and get him into the game.
But even for the Scorchers, Whiteman can't afford to get out here now. They can't have two new batsmen at the crease, the Scorchers. Really slow the momentum down. So, yeah, expect Cartwright to keep playing good shots. And that'll be his 50. His second career 50 in the Big Bash. It's come off just the 34 deliveries. 4 4s and 3 6s. Really changed the momentum of this game. Brilliant innings from Sam Whiteman.
Yeah, he came in at a difficult time. 3 for 7. Scorchers were. And he just played his game. Leg side, offside.
He played courageously, really, didn't he? After the Scorchers lost those early wickets, he came in and really kept playing his shots in that batting power play. 5 gone from that last over, and Scorchers 4 for 87.
Whiteman came in with him in all sorts of trouble at 3 for 7. He's made 51 from 35, 4 4s and 3 6s.
Yeah, he was particularly brutal on the leg side, looking to swing the ball away. Great contact. That was a huge hit there. And this was to the long boundary as well off Jofra Archer. He just really changed the whole momentum of the game. The Hurricanes were well on top early and still continue to play his shots and be aggressive. He's played a very fine hand, has Sam Whiteman, but for the Scorchers, he needs to continue on.
Yeah, it seemed like he had a really clear plan tonight and scored all over the ground here as Moody's back into the attack. Oh, straying down leg. It's Hardy away. Boundary, very fine. Just too much down leg side there for Moody. Won't be happy with that.
Well, I think what Matthew Wade's trying to do is while there's a new batsman at the crease, try and get through another over of one of his lesser bowlers. And unfortunately for Moody, he's just started too full and too straight and whipped away nicely from Hardy, and that'll be good for his confidence as well.
And this can also be he hasn't played a lot of matches, Moody, in a fair while now through this Big Bash. It's his first game.
And he's bowled it there again. This time it's worked squarer by Hardy. So they only get a single.
Just doesn't look like he's got his rhythm, and too full down leg again with that delivery.
So if you're in the middle and you're just not feeling right, the rhythm's not there, what do you do? What do you say? What do you say to yourself now?
Well, basically, it seems like he's bowling everything leg side where he's pushing it down there. So maybe just got to set the field towards the leg side and just go with what you've got on the night. You don't have much or many balls to play with. So if that's the case, just set your field to the leg side.
Mitch, you famously struggled with this in the past against England at one period of time when things weren't going your way. Obviously, that's a couple of times with Moody at the moment. A couple of times. So what did you do to drag yourself out of it, as Huss said, mentally? We've talked about the physical side, but what do you do mentally when it's not working for you?
It's a really good question. And I mean, it took a lot of time for me to get out of that. I remember Lords in 09. I could not put the ball where I wanted to. It came out and I had no idea. I guess from my point of view, I had a toe injury and I got away from the game, which was a really good thing for me because I was able to work on things I knew I needed to work on physically, mentally, because I'd copped a lot and I bowled up and down in my career at that point of time. And I was able to get away and just work on being confident, believing in my action and having that self-belief.
Then you went to a position in the Ashes here in Australia where you looked like you were that confident. You were getting wickets for fun. How do you make a transition like that?
You grow a mo. That definitely works, 100%.
Right, so 100%. For all the bowlers out there, grow a mo if you haven't got one, you get 40 wickets.
And bowl 155 k's an hour.
Oh, look, I was still pretty nervous going into that series, but you know, I knew I had done all the work. But yeah, look, there was a lot of a lot of times I doubted myself in my career, and then I just felt really comfortable with my bowling action. I felt comfortable that I'd done all the training. I'd met some really good people along the way that had some really good mental strength, and it was just one of the funniest things was I actually started singing the song Frozen in my head to block out all the bad noise, which might sound a bit strange, but it made me feel happy, made my daughter happy, and that's what made me perform so well.
So the second tip for all the fast bowlers out there, start singing Frozen in your head and you will destroy England. Perfect, Mitch. 4 for 96 down on the boundary is Megan Barnard. Megan.
Well done, really. I'm self-employed, so my income's a bit up and down, so getting a loan looks a bit iffy because, well, my income's not regular.
Ask Oakham about borrowing up to £1,750.
We listen to your story, then make decisions.
No worries about being self-employed. We'll still consider you. If you're busy, managing your loan on our app makes life easier.
That's magic. I'll ask Oakham.
Ask at oakham.com, phone or pop into one of our high street stores. Ask Oakham. We love to say yes.
To face James Faulkner when he's in this kind of mood.
So when he gets a ball swinging, not many blokes like it swinging into him, so he got it spot on, and unfortunately we were on the rough end of that.
All right, keep up the good work. Thanks for your time.
Thanks. Cheers.
Thank you to Megan and Hilton. Just quickly, just back to that. Why Frozen? That was just playing at your house at the moment.
It was on at the time, yeah. My daughter, Rubika, loved it. So, and for me, it felt like the right song. It made me happy. I was out in the middle. It took my focus away from everything. No bad.
Catch it.
That's just punched down the ground. Shouts it, catch it. Jofra Archer took to the sky. If that man can't get a hand on it, few can. 6 to Whiteman, his 4th.
That was a really good shot again from Whiteman. I think his heart would have been in his mouth for just a moment there as Archer rounded the boundary, but it was just a bit fuller this time from Darcy Short. So he could really get his arms through the ball. Good contact, and yeah, well, it would have been interesting if Archer was right on the rope, whether he could have caught it.
Good call. This time it's worked fine. The runs are flying for Whiteman. This is some innings now. Moves to 64. He's on his highest Big Bash score, and that's off just 40 deliveries, striking at 160.
Yeah, he's in a mood tonight, that's for sure. Sam Whiteman hasn't played a lot of Big Bash this year, and he's flying along here. He's making them bowl to him.
It's a great shot because he got it so fine. There was a man there at 45, but finer than him.
Nice length.
Yeah, you can hear Matthew Wade saying, yeah, that's a better length. The two that have gone over and to the boundary this over have been fuller deliveries. As soon as he gets the length right, it's harder for the batsman to play those bigger shots.
The obvious question, were you singing the song in your head or out loud?
No, in my head.
Disappointing.
I probably have sung it out loud at times.
Gee, it could be an opening for us, Huss.
Really fine.
It is a good point, though, Howie, because it's such a mental game, and you've got so much time to think in Test match cricket. There's so many doubts and negative thoughts come into your mind. So having some strategy just to take your mind off all those things is half of the battle of playing at this level.
And as a bowler, you go down the fine leg too, Huss.
And you cop it from the Barmy Army as well. Yeah.
You don't get missed.
We heard Cheteshwar Pujara during the Test series saying he just makes his mind go blank between deliveries. It's well played by Whiteman. Was speared down the leg side as he took on Darcy Short. And again, good running between wickets. A good over for the Scorchers. 16 from it. 4 for 112. 7 fours and 5 sixes. And 4 of those sixes have been off the bat of Sam Whiteman, thanks to all into energy.
Yeah, that was a beauty as well with David Moody just going across the crease. He particularly targeted the leg side, as most left-handers like to do. Hit a couple of big ones into the crowd. Now that one was to the long boundary of Jofra Archer. Such a big hit. And then that was a big one straight down the ground from Hilton Cartwright off Johan Botha into the second tier.
Catch it.
In the previous over, Sam Whiteman just lifting one over Jofra Archer at long off the bowling of Darcy Short. So there's been a few sixes hit tonight.
And the 5th wicket falls.
It's a great piece of work by Moody. What an athlete.
Yeah, that really is an unbelievable bit of fielding. He's a good athlete, as you were talking about earlier. Mitch Johnson. Hardy trying to swing the ball away on the leg side. Moody was onto it in a flash and quick release. Hardy well short of his ground. Easy decision from the umpire. And that is a brilliant bit of work.
That's really difficult to do.
At Green Flag, we think the AA are great. After all, they've won bucketfuls of awards. They'll give you unlimited call-outs whenever you get in a pickle. Pickle. And they cover the whole of the UK. Very good indeed. So why is that so great? Because Green Flag do all of this too. And we'll have you AA renewal quote. Green Flag, common sense to the rescue.
New man to the crease. Straight away inside edge into the side after Ashton Agar, who'd recovered from an ankle and was back in the side, then hurt a finger at training and was back out of the side.
He's a resourceful player, Bazisto. Generally quite busy, runs well between the wickets. He can be helpful with the ball and they bowl the odd over of off spin. He's got some work to do here with the Scorchers. Just under 6 overs to go.
Yeah, and he's been pretty good in the Shield format as well. He's saved the game a couple of times in this Sheffield Shield season. So this is a different game though. He's to start getting himself going here. It's the wide call down leg side. Thought maybe there was a little bit of a tickle on the glove, but
well, Moody did appeal there to the umpire. He thought it might have just brushed the glove on the way through. The umpire was having none of it. Interestingly, Matthew Wade didn't appeal, and generally he's up for everything.
Well, you can see how Moody was walking back to his mark now. He's got a bit of energy in his step after getting that run out. Oh, I thought there was a noise.
Yep. Oh, it's a chance at the bowler's end. The throw was wide from Wade. A good throw. Would have had Sam Whiteman in a lot of trouble, I think.
Good piece of fielding, though. There's always looking for two in that. There's quite big gaps out there. You can get just enough bat on it. You see Matthew Wade. It was a good piece of fielding. Just got his line off. Got that straight. That would have been trouble, I think.
Much anticipated. The Ashes test in 2019 in the UK. You can go. Just jump on www.cricket.com.au/travel and go and watch the Aussies trying to win the Ashes back on English soil. It's been a long time since that's happened. High in the air from Whiteman. He's done it all night. And finally, it's caused his downfall. Goes for a wonderful 68.
Yeah, Moody making an impact now in this over. He's got a run out already. And now he's picked up the huge wicket of Sam Whiteman, looking to swing the ball again on the leg side. He got it a bit on the top edge, Mitch, and couldn't quite clear the boundary.
A bit high on the bat, I think. A bit more extra bounce on Moody this time. I wonder if that was just pitched outside the off stump, but what a great innings by Sam Whiteman.
From the moment your journey begins, we're with you all the way. New places, new adventures, new friends, perfect moments shared. Create your perfect moment with Titan Travel, the escorted tour specialists. Book your award-winning holiday before the 31st of January with a deposit starting from just £40. Search Titan Travel today. At all protected.
Saw him make valuable runs in Australian colours as well in the short format. Edged. Wade takes an easy catch. And Moody's got 2 in a row.
Have a look at this. Hasn't it changed again? This game.
seesawing, isn't it?
It is. That's all from that run out. Moody just got his body language up. You could see that he was getting involved in the game, and he's starting to hit the wicket a bit more, and that's an extra bounce and height of Moody here.
Zisto just trying to carve the ball away on the offside.
Down on the boundary is Megan Barnard. Megan?
Yeah, well, Sam Whiteman, take a bow. That was an extraordinary innings. Have you caught your breath?
Yeah, it's pretty hot out there, and big square boundary, so you got to run your runs hard.
How did you stay so calm and composed when the top order had completely crumbled?
Oh, I think that's the beauty of T20 cricket. You can't really take a breath and chew up a few balls. You've got to play your shots. Sometimes the best time to bat, so that was my theory tonight. Just keep going. Yeah.
You had great support there in Hilton Cartwright, but the two of you putting on a great total, and you just single-handedly taking it on yourself.
Yeah, that was a pretty important partnership. Not ideal over there. I think we lost 3 wickets that over, so 15 overs, 5 to go. Oh, look, we'd love another 8, 9 and over. Yeah.
All right, good luck. Thanks for your time. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you to Megan. They lost 3 for 7. In the last over, they lost 3 for 5. Predicviz is now sliding down to 140. And Moody, who was getting pasted, is on a hat-trick. And he starts his next over. Hit and real concerns.
Moving.
And AJ Ty has joined Nathan Coulter-Nile out in the middle.
And interesting, Sam Whiteman saying wouldn't mind another 8 or 9 runs per over to the end, and that would get them up to around the 160 mark. There's obviously Matthew Wade yelling at the fielder saying, come on, you've got to cut that one off.
Anything can happen here with these two guys in. Coulter-Nile, he can whack him. He's very...
hurry, mate.
He loves it. He enjoys his batting. Not sure how he'll go against Bota here. He'll pick him.
Bowling.
Good thing is he's getting the ones when they're there. It's not in his zone. He would have bat on it. AJ Ty needs to probably do the same thing. If it gets up there and full, he'll try and hit this one straight back over his head.
I think he fancied himself, AJ Ty, with the bat. And he fancied himself to hit a few long balls out of the park.
Didn't he play out an over against the Stars a few years ago?
That's 6 swing and a misses, didn't he? Oh, that's not a swing and a miss. That's a swing and a hit.
There you go.
And a big hit.
It's the last ball of the over as well. AJ Ty finishes it beautifully. 9 from it.
Okay, Peloton, let's do this. Let's see what you've got today. Do not give up now. Let's go. Here we go. You are stronger than you know. 3, 2, 1, saddle.
Great job, Peloton. You smashed it.
RAC fix 4 out of 5 cars at the roadside on average in just 30 minutes. Get cover for just £4.50 a month at rac.co.uk.
Surely you would have given him one more, wouldn't you? On a hat-trick, confidence sky high. What, he got 3 for 5 in the last over, didn't he?
Hopefully he gets another over in the next 4.
Yeah, I would have bowled him again.
Now it's Meredith, though. 2 overs, 7 dots, none for 8 to Coulter-Nile. Sweet hit from AJ Ty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 6 swing and misses in that game. It was at the whacker.
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah. It was off Clint Mackay, 20th over of the first innings. The last over was a maiden. All slow balls.
Very canny operator, the C-Mac. Made his test debut here in Western Australia, played 1 test. And now he's fulfilling a couple of roles at the Melbourne Stars. I see him out in the middle, Clint, running around and hitting balls, and still playing cricket at Essendon Cricket Club in the Victorian District, Melbourne District competition, Premier Cricket.
I'll tell you what, he's a great character as well. Great man to have around, part of your team.
Good team, man. Always put in too. Always struggled watching him bowl though. Like, always looked like it hurt.
I can remember Clint Mackay after he played that first test.
It's poor running between the wickets.
Down at the Torquay Caravan Park, and a few friends of mine were close with him, played cricket with him. They said, "Oh, show us your baggy green." And he said, "I'm not sure where it is." He hunted around in the back of his Commodore. It was in the back of 3 old cricket bags, a couple of dirty whites, a couple of dirty socks. Oh, there it is. Not the great respect I thought he'd be showing for the baggy green, but I'm sure it's in a brighter place now. Meredith to Ty. Hits it hard and hits it well, AJ Ty. Move him up the order.
Well, it's an interesting ball. He's got 3 out in the leg side, deep. 1 deep point. He's bowled a... Oh, I wouldn't say it was quite a slot ball, but it was... Gave him room anyway outside the off stump.
Width outside off stump.
Yeah.
It's a good strike again from Ty. He actually looks in pretty good touch. 1-4 and 1-6 to his name now.
He's going to bowl into his hip, into the ribs.
Talk about the fact he's in good touch, Huss. He's had 2 innings for the tournament prior to this, 6 off 6 and 1 off 1, and his last innings was on December the 22nd against the Sixers.
The stats can lie. You can get out first ball and be actually in excellent touch,
well, that's
Howard.
True, that's true. Hasn't played a hand with a bat for the last 6 matches, though, but he's obviously been...
So he's fresh.
Creaming them in the nets. He's fresh.
Well, I want to ask you about superstition, because he's got that superstition with his socks. What was yours, Huss?
I actually gave up on superstitions. Ooh,
good ball.
Good delivery. They're looking for 2, but no, Wade does well.
Seven for 134 from 17. Let's have a quick look at the batting card for the Perth Scorchers. They were 3 for 7 after James Faulkner got 3 wickets in his first 7 deliveries. Then Whiteman 68 or 44. Brilliant partnership with Cartwright, 29 from 20, and these are handy late order runs as well from Ty. This partnership 17 from 12. You were a man of superstitions, were you, Mike? You were a man of superstitions?
Initially in my career I was, yes. I had a lot of superstitions. But then one year I just decided to put them all in the bin and just give up, and thankfully still scored a few runs, so I was cured from superstitions. But more importantly...
Yes, Moody's on a hat-trick in his first game in the Big Bash.
Well, not sure he'd prefer this end, though. He did it all from...
Oh, I think he's a real chance here against AJ Ty. He'll take him on. Moody on a hat-trick to Ty. Pitches it up, works it away, into the gap. There's 2 fieldsmen out there, and it hits the rope, but AJ Ty continues on his merry way.
Oh, good cricket. That was the attempted Yorker. He's going for the stumps, as you do, and AJ Ty got it into that gap. I thought maybe for a second there it was straight to deep square, but he got it straight in the middle of those 2 guys, Cow and...
Amazing how much power he got in the shot, because it was a full delivery, and he just whipped it, not with a huge backswing or follow through at all, but that split the gap. That gap's not too big out there on the leg side either.
This is some innings from Ty now. This time he goes high away on the leg side. I don't think the fielder's going to get back to that. He's not. AJ Ty lighting up Perth Stadium. He's 23 from 9, 2 4s, 2 6s, striking at 255.6.
Well, and the Scorchers are starting to get themselves up to a score that they perhaps back themselves to defend. We know how well they've defended in the past, but AJ Ty staying deep in the crease, swinging the ball away on the leg side. Didn't hit it perfectly, but gee, he's got some power. It is a big boundary out there. He hit it well enough.
This time he's squared up. He might get a bit lucky here. He does. Ball hung in the air forever. Faulkner couldn't get there.
He ran around that a little bit, I think. I don't know if he's picked that up off the bat. He's run around. He definitely didn't run in the direct line of that ball. Maybe he's played the old slosh shot.
Thought this should be caught, but yeah, Faulkner, he almost ran to his left a bit first rather than running the direct line straight to where he thought he could catch the ball.
Oh wow.
What a shot that is from Coulton. He was off balance, knocked over, somehow got some bat on it, and it flew past mid-off.
It was the attempted wide Yorker. Got him off his feet. Difficult shot to play. Even that back leg slipped.
This game has just been amazing. The momentum, the changes in momentum. All Hurricanes to start with, then all Scorchers, then all Hurricanes, and now it's going back to the Scorchers.
Well, with both mid-on and mid-off up, cover, it's probably a better ball to bowl into the wicket there. The Yorker was close. He almost had it, and there was a little bit of luck there from Coulter. I probably didn't expect that delivery, to be honest. But smoked it.
Call wide from the umpire. So Moody, his last over has been expensive.
Justin Langer's stand end is not his end. He should have stayed at this end, where he got all these wickets, got the run out, got himself going.
Is it a big thing, is it, for a bowler? Like, do you feel confident?
With your end, yeah, I think you can, but you've got to be adaptable, I guess, in this game.
That's another whip shot by Coulter. And this partnership now, as Ty's sent back, is worth 36 from just 19 balls, 35 from 19, 7 for 152. We normally play AJ Ty packages for his bowling. Tonight, Huss, a little bit of what he's done with the bat.
Well, he certainly backed himself, and he's hit the ball very cleanly. That really got him going. 6 over mid-wicket off Johan Botha. He just looked to hit everything. He's found the middle of the bat numerous occasions. That was a beautiful shot. So much power, just picked that gap between those two deep fielders on the leg side, and then another maximum off the bowling of Moody, and he's worked his way nicely. 24 not out from just the 10 balls. 2 4s, 2 6s, strike rate 240. Generally targeting the leg side, as you can see, or the onside, but one nice boundary through wide mid-off as well.
Again, a dangerous partnership here as well for the Scorchers.
3 for 7 off 2.1 overs. They were the Scorchers. If they get 10 and over from here, they make 171.
You wouldn't discount them losing another 3 for 5.
No.
You know, they lost 3 wickets early, and then the Scorchers then just took the game away from the Hurricanes, and then suddenly they lost 3 wickets in an over again.
Yep.
And now the Scorchers have just really kicked on with this excellent partnership too.
And they lost 3 for 7 and 3 for 5, yet December 153. It's been one of those nights.
Just good bowling from Meredith. Going for the wide Yorker, executing perfectly. Coulter perhaps just giving himself a touch of room. Let's have another look at it. Perfect execution just inside that guideline. The crowd here in Perth aren't happy, but I think that's an excellent call from the umpire. Matthew Wade agrees. Well, he won't get away with that one, though. He's been impressive again, though, Meredith. Hasn't got the wickets, but just going at... What has he bowled? 3.2 overs, none for 18. Good pace again.
Hold 5 wides, though, Huss. 3 no balls. And Jofra Archer out of the attack for 2 deliveries. The over waist high. We'll show you those shortly if you're just joining us. So he only got through 1 and a bit overs.
Yeah, they're usually so disciplined, aren't they, the Hobart Hurricanes? Yeah, you're right. 5 wides, 3 no balls. You've been their least disciplined performance so far in the competition.
So Archer was only through 1 and a bit overs, and he was taken out of the attack. And Simon Malenko had to bowl the final 2 balls of Jofra's Archer. Jofra Archer's over. Ty. Edged and taken by Matty Wade. The end of a wonderful little knock from AJ Ty. It's really boosted his team's score, but he's gone for 25.
Yeah, nice cameo from AJ Ty, but clever bowling from Riley Meredith. he realised that AJ Tye likes to swing the ball away on the leg side, so he bowled wider of off stump. You see the front leg being cleared. AJ Tye again trying to swing the ball away on the leg side, but all he could do was get a fine nick through to Matthew Wade. But he's done his job. 25 from just 12 deliveries. Scorchers 8 for 155.
Which had nothing to do with him.
He did a pretty good job, though.
He did. There was a catch taken on that ball, but it was a free hit. Now Meredith goes straight through Kelly, and he's on a hat-trick.
Well, it's been that sort of night. Wickets have fallen in clumps, but then in between that, there's been some magnificent stroke play, and that was a good delivery from Riley Meredith. Adam Voges, the Scorchers captain. Can't believe it. Good pace from Meredith. Straight as an arrow. Canning it into middle and leg stump. And yes, as you said, how he's on a hat-trick. The second one for the night. David Moody was on a hat-trick earlier on. But Matt Kelly goes for a duck. Scorchers remain 9 for 155.
Oh, second hat-trick opportunity for the night. And Kadir comes in, who hasn't got much exposed form. He's had one hit for the tournament where he made 2 off 6, Huss. What do you read into that? Been good in the nets?
I don't know if he's in form or not.
Right. Well, Meredith.
He's got a great opportunity here, Meredith. Expect him to be fast and straight at the stumps again. Here we go.
Hat-trick ball, and he jams him up. And then Coulter-Nile wisely sneaks through for a run. The end of another eventful over, though. 9 for 156. Predict Viz has been up, down, left, right and centre. Hard job for the Boffins in there tonight. Let's have a look at those couple of wickets in a row from Meredith.
Yeah, the first one was an important one. AJ Tye looking to swing the ball away on the leg side. It's good bowling, just got a little bit wider of off stump, and then Matt Kelly straight, fast into middle and leg stump. That last ball to Kadir as well, that would have hurt. Struck him hard on the body. There's his pitch mat. He's mixed it up quite a lot. The 2 wickets coming from good length deliveries. One just wider of the off stump, and then one that did cannon into the stumps. It's been a good night from Meredith. 4 overs, 2 for 19.
Facing Faulkner, who got 3 wickets in his first 7 deliveries. Rolling big in-swingers. Been one of those nights, hasn't it, Huss? Wickets have fallen in clumps. A couple of the guys have been on hat-tricks. We've seen one of the great innings from Whiteman. And the first ball of the match set it all off, really, when Bancroft charged down the wicket to a big in-swinger.
It's been unbelievable, to be honest. But you'd have to think the Scorchers have got themselves in a position where they've got a total that back themselves to defend. The average score batting first here at this stadium is 152. Having said that, the team chasing has won the last 3 games. So, again, it's going to be very hard to pick and should be a very exciting finish tonight.
So you've given us nothing.
So I don't know what's going to happen.
Tough on a night like tonight to predict it. Anything could happen this over as well. Just a legal delivery as Coulter-Nile gave himself a bit of room.
Great execution from Faulkner. Going for the wide Yorker to Coulter-Nile. Coulter-Nile is a strong man. So if you come straight and you get the length wrong, he will smash you straight back over your head. So the bowlers like to get the ball wide so he can't get his arms through the ball as much.
High in the air, Coulter-Nile hits it a mile.
Well, exactly what we were saying. This time it was wide of off stump, but he didn't get the length right. James Faulkner and Coulter-Nile showing some strength and power there.
Oh.
Interestingly, Coulter-Nile, he just moved his guard across. He knows Faulkner's trying to bowl wide of off stump, so he was able to get his arms to swing through the ball and put down in the crowd.
time he beats the man inside the circle. Jules chases after it, but it's mopped up down there on the rope. Coulter-Nile says, no, I'll just take 2.
Yeah, they probably could have got back for 3 there, but Coulter-Nile, with a more recognised hitter of the 2, backing himself to take James Faulkner down in this last over. 165 now for the Scorchers. 2 balls remaining. What can they get to?
Oh, that's another big shot on the leg side. That is an enormous hit.
That is huge. That's exactly what I was talking about, Howie. If you come straight to Coulter-Nile and get the line wrong, the length wrong, he will hit you into the crowd every time. Faulkner knows he's made a big blunder here. That would not have been in the planning. Just in the slot. What a shot.
Who would you rather be, the Hurricanes or the Scorchers?
Scorchers. With their bowling attack, pitch that's going to have a little bit in it early. Average score has been 153 here batting first. I think they're just above par.
Set for a good game. That's what it's set up for, a score like this. Coulter-Nile, surely not 3 times in and over. Yes, yes, and yes. What a finish from Nathan Coulter-Nile. 20 from the over, 31 from 15 for that man. And all of a sudden the Hurricanes need 178 to win. Ben McDermott is out in the middle. Hopefully he can hear us, Ben. Hello. Very loud out there. What are your thoughts on what you've seen in the first 20?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good wicket. You know, we had the momentum there for a bit, and they had it, and sort of swung both ways throughout that whole innings. And disappointing not to get that last wicket, that over. But yeah, Coulter's a great strike and finished that over well. But I think we got it around the 200 mark last year, and I think it's a similar wicket to last year. Hopefully we can do it again.
How do you go about this run chase, Ben?
Well, I think we just start really well, like we have been with Wadey and Das, and sort of push through the middle and then finish strong again, hopefully.
Thank you, Ben. Appreciate your time or not. Megan Barnard is on the boundary. Megan?
Yeah, Matty Wade, James Faulkner, a tad expensive there at the end. How do you sum up that innings?
Yeah, that's T20, isn't it? You can get on a roll early and then cop a little bit of tap at the back end. We just mis-executed a little bit, and I suppose it was a little bit tougher towards the back end. We had to bowl Moody towards the end, which we hadn't planned for, obviously, with Joffre getting taken off.
If you could go all the way back to when you were 3 for 7, what would you have done differently?
Oh, I don't think we could have done too much differently, to be honest. Joffre got taken out of the attack. He's been our best bowler for the last 12 months, so that throws a spanner in the works, but I think the boys did a really good job. I mean, those last 3 balls hurt a little bit, but would have probably taken that at the start of the innings. We'll try and chase it down.
Confident you can chase it down?
You got to be, don't you?
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks to Megan.
Well, there we go, 177 for 9 from the Perth Scorchers from their 20 overs. Now, on Sunday, Perth chased 178 to win. Can they now defend a score of 177? Probably the most eye-catching innings so far in this season's Big Bash. All sorts going on, and we'll review it after this short break.
Stand by for a feisty, dramatic occasion. Not usually for the faint-hearted. Chelsea absolutely rampant. Arsenal torn to shreds. Fantastic Arsenal. And it's Arsenal's turn to rip Chelsea apart.
Nothing quite like Derby Day, whatever your allegiance is.
We can't get enough cricket on BT Sport.
Oh, that's it over.
Can Australia find their form against Sri Lanka in the Domain Test Series?
Oh, there you go.
Tune in to find out as winter cricket continues from Down Under, live on BT Sport.
We've got all the ingredients to make your perfect holiday. Visit teletextholidays.co.uk today. Sale now on, at All Protected.
BOTB, someone wins their dream car every week, guaranteed.
Hi Paul, are you Dinesh? Christian from BOTB. No way.
Oh my God.
And you have won a brand new Mercedes AMG GT. The Audi S3.
Oh my God.
Aston Martin V8 Martin. You've just won yourself a brand new Range Rover Evoque.
£22 million of prizes have already been won.
Never ever thought I'd win.
Tickets start from just 90p. You could be next week's winner. Enter by midnight Sunday at BOTB.com.
Happy birthday to you.
Banish your window pains with great value, beautiful windows from SafeStyle. There's never been a better time. Banish your window pains for good. Visit safestyle.com or call 0800 106 107.
You know, Staysure specialise in travel insurance for pre-existing medical conditions, and they believe that if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. That's why they design policies around your individual needs. Staysure is the UK's most trusted travel insurer, with more 5-star reviews on Trustpilot than any other provider. And they're Which recommended. So you can be confident you're covered, knowing everything's been tailor-made just for you.
Call Staysure on 0800 652 9955 and save 20% on travel insurance in our New Year's sale. Staysure, because when it comes to your travel insurance, it's worth doing right.
Just in, over 1 million people have signed up for Totally Money's free credit score and report. Let's hear from our credit expert, Julie.
Julie?
Michael?
Tell us more. Well, Totally Money show you up to 6 years of your credit history, so I can understand my credit score and how to improve it. Remarkable. And with a better credit score, I feel like I'm moving up in life. You heard it here first. Improve your credit score with Totally Money. Sign up for free today. Now down with the weather.
Get your credit score and report at totallymoney.com.
Big Bash Cricket bringing the heat this winter. The women with all the fire you'd expect. Don't forget all the hottest stars. It's going to be ripping. They are set for the Big Bash. Big Bash Cricket, live on BT Sport.
I will keep on running from the roads that change. I will keep on running till I find my place.
Acceleration, the power. Look at the pace. No one will stop him. Oh my goodness me! The chase is on.
Running till I find my place.
Welcome back. Well, the crowd catching their breath after a dramatic Perth Scorchers innings. They were 7 for 3. They made 177 for 9 from their 20 overs. Let's have a look back at the Perth Scorchers innings. Let's have a look back at Jofra Archer's day. Certainly not the best day in Jofra Archer's T20 career. He started off and was lifted away by Whiteman for 6. That was a no ball, so a free hit. That went for 4. And then one above head height, signalled wide by the square leg umpire, confirmed by the standing umpire, and on we went. That was another one that was above head height, so no ball and another free hit, and he might well have overstepped as well, both umpires calling it. There we go, absolutely clear, well over head height to Whiteman. And then it got worse. This was the first above waist height delivery. So that's no ball, and this is the second one. And that means he was taken off. 2 balls above waist height, and Archer accepting his fate. He has been taken off. Let's have a look at the law on that. Law 41.7.1. Any delivery which passes or would have passed without pitching above waist height of the striker standing upright at the popping crease is deemed to be dangerous and unfair, whether or not it is likely to inflict physical injury to the striker. You actually saw that second one was quite wide of the batsman. Let's have another look at it from a different angle. The first one, I mean, it was really tight. Was this above waist height? Probably just, although Whiteman was bending at the knees. Second one, absolutely no doubt about it. And it was very wide. And there is going to be a law change from the 1st of April. This is already the case with short pitch bowling, i.e. balls that bounce. The umpire will now decide whether a full pitch delivery is dangerous. It will be up to the umpire from the 1st of April to decide whether the delivery is dangerous based on various factors, such as the speed or the direction of the ball, repeated delivery of full tosses and the ability of the batsman. So from the 1st of April, it's possible the umpire would have deemed that second one not to be dangerous, but because Archer's a quick bowler and it's a slower delivery, and as a batsman you're waiting for it, you're wondering where it is, it still could well have been called as an above waist height delivery, an unfair delivery, and therefore he would have been taken off. Anyway, so Jofra Archer out of the attack, only bowled 10 legitimate deliveries. Contrast that with James Faulkner, who really got into his work very early. Cameron Bancroft, who was excellent form in his last game, looking to take him on right from the start. Bancroft 87 not out in his previous match, and Faulkner just having a look back and say, come on, what are you doing there? And then he had another go and was taken at backward point. So Bancroft caught by Malenko, out for naught in the first over, and then another one, same over. Michael Kling has not had a great tournament, but he was a bit unlucky here. It was a good delivery from Faulkner, swinging back in. But Klingham will have a look at this and say, it was missing according to the technology, and also pitched outside leg, so it didn't have a great deal going for it, other than the fact it was quite a good delivery, but should not have been given out. Faulkner wasn't finished, and there's another one. Big wicket of Ashton Turner, bit unfortunate there. Right, there was the recovery then from the Perth Scorchers, and it needed Sam Whiteman get into action. We've already seen him hitting Jofra Archer for 6. Left-hander, born in Doncaster, actually considered qualifying to play for England. There's some fine hitting from Whiteman. 68, 5 4s and 4 6s. Even the athleticism of Archer there not quite equal to that one. Basically he gave us a game until eventually he was taken by the new man Jewell on the deep backward square leg boundary. But Sam Whiteman's 68 at the bedrock of Perth Scorchers, 177 for 9. So Hobart Hurricanes require 178 to win, and we'll have their innings after this break.
When we make our wills, we naturally want to make sure our loved ones are cared for. And with our free Age UK will writing guide, you can do just that. But through your will, you can also leave something special to the many thousands of older people in the UK who have no one to turn to when times get tough. With a gift to Age UK in your will, you can leave a helping hand and a friendly voice. You can leave the gift of support and friendship at a time in life when it's most needed. Leave a world less lonely with a gift in your will to Age UK. Call us today on 0800 472 5729 for your free Age UK guide, full of practical advice to help make sure your will reflects your wishes. Call 0800 472 5729 or search Age UK Wills online.
From the moment your journey begins, we're with you all the way. New places, new adventures, new friends, perfect moments shared. Create your perfect moment with Titan Travel, the escorted tour specialists. Book your award-winning holiday before the 31st of January with a deposit starting from just £40. Search Titan Travel today. Atoll protected.
Did you know you can buy a new boiler with installation online from Boxed? Boxed was designed by heating engineers to make buying a boiler easier. No hidden costs, no salespeople, no fuss. Answer a few questions about your home and then choose your new A-rated boiler with an installation date that works for you. Tomorrow looks good. Try it for yourself. Get a fixed price for your new boiler in minutes. Visit box.co.uk now.
Sorry? When you don't know the language, you feel like an outsider. But with Babbel, you can be having conversations before you know it. Hi, James.
Lexi.
You're running early today.
First time for everything.
Feeling stuck? An Uncle Buck short-term loan could help unstick you. Apply now. Get a provisional decision straight away. Representative 1,249.2% APR. Don't stay stuck. Go to Uncle Buck.
Stand by for a feisty, dramatic occasion. Not usually for the faint-hearted. Chelsea apart.
Nothing quite like Derby Day, whatever your allegiance is. Hobart Hurricanes need 178 to beat the Perth Scorchers. Coming up, Women's Big Bash tonight, 11:30. They reach the semi-final stage. It's the Thunder against the Heat, 2HD. And that's followed by the second semi-final, Sixers against Renegades, 2:45 AM, also 2HD. Also tomorrow, after the Women's Big Bash semi-finals, 2HD, 7:30, Renegades against the Stars. And then the Sixers against the Heat, Sunday, 8 AM, 2HD for that, and Monday, 8 AM for Strikers against Hurricanes. So Hobart Hurricanes are out there. That means Short and Wade at the top of the Hobart Hurricanes innings. They've been excellent so far. Let's see how they get on. Mark Howard, Mitchell Johnson and Michael Hussey are your commentators.
Zisto has ball in hand. Matty Wade, who's having a wonderful tournament, 231 runs, averaging 33, striking 134. So we saw the ball swing, and Zisto has it in his hand.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? You'd think you'd maybe give your swing bowlers a go up front while that ball is new and a chance to swing, but no. Tristan Turner going for a bit of a change here and a surprise. Will Zisto bowls off spin, so I guess with two left-handers at the crease, he's maybe looking to turn the ball away from those left-handers. So maybe that's what the thinking is, and I'm sure it's not what the Hurricanes would have been expecting.
Mitch Johnson, we saw the ball swing early. It's not a pacer with ball in hand. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this, to be honest.
You might say that.
Oh, look, I get that we're trying to surprise the Hobart Hurricanes here, but it's something I did speak about. Darcy Short, probably not as comfortable against the spin early on, but still, Coulter Nile with a new ball in his hand, swinging it. Very dangerous. And we've seen there was definitely swing there early. But here we go.
Yeah. Yes, Sarge.
Might also be a case of both of these batsmen like pace on the ball. They love that ball coming on where they can use the pace and also use their power to hit down the ground. Whereas with the slower bowler, they have to make the power, they have to make the pace on the ball as well. So maybe they're not worried about using that swing. But here's Darcy Short, so consistent. Look at that strike rate, 148.6. He's just been phenomenal in the Big Bash in the last few years.
Oh, yeah, man.
Well, his scores 67, 34, 58, 34, 64, 2 and 96. So he's only missed out once. Averaging 59.2, striking 141. That is some tournament.
Oh, sure is. And especially when his job is to go hard early and get off to a fly, you'd expect to have a little bit more inconsistent results there.
Oh, yes.
Oh, some turn and bounce there for Zisto.
And the other thing with this opening pair, I think with Wade, I mean, he likes that pace on as well. In that semi-final here, he definitely got after the Scorchers, including myself, with that pace.
Oh, yep. Nice, mate.
Maybe another reason, just to take them off their guard early. They do like that pace on.
Yeah, and it would have been a surprise. We spoke to Darcy Short as he was walking out to bat, and how we asked him, you know, the ball swung a bit early, and he said, yeah, we'll realise that. We'll just have to watch the ball a bit closer early, and then we'll just adjust from there. So it is a surprise tactic.
Nice, mate. Bowling, fella.
Yeah, it's good bowling. Bancroft behind the stumps. Bowling, fella. Followed him. Bowling to his field here so far. This is an important delivery to finish out the over.
Down.
It's a beautiful shot from Darcy Short. Picks the gap, and that'll be a boundary to finish the first over.
A disappointing end to Zisto there. He bowled such a tight over. The last one just got stuck in his hand, or he just a bit nervous on that last one.
Cam Bancroft's out in the middle. Good evening, Cam.
Evening, gents.
Were you keeping tonight or not originally?
No, I wasn't meant to be, no. Sam's just hurt his quad, I think. I don't really know much more than that. I'm not sure whether it's cramp or if it's a strain of some description, but he's just in a bit of discomfort, so luckily there was someone else that could keep.
Hey, the ball swung early, obviously, but you decided to go with Zisto?
Yeah, I think maybe, yeah, that was just the option the skipper decided to go with. Yeah, it did swing a little bit early, but hopefully Colts can do the same now.
Thanks, Cam. We'll speak to you throughout the night. We appreciate it as always.
Cool.
It's interesting. I did notice with Sam Whiteman late in his innings, he stretched for run. He was bending that quite a bit, but yeah, that's a bit of a blow for the Scorchers.
Gordon Isle, will he swing the ball? No real evidence of it there.
But the Scorchers are very lucky that they've got someone that can come in and keep, like Bancroft, who's obviously very sound behind the stumps himself. So that's pretty handy.
Mike, you used to occasionally put the keeping gloves on.
Yeah, not to the same effect, I can tell you that.
Okay. Did you enjoy it when they threw the keeping gloves or not?
I enjoyed it at the whacker, right, when the ball would come through at this height all the time, but certainly up to the stumps against the spinners was a bit nerve-wracking.
What about those up and down wickets? Quicks, bowling 145.
High in the air off the bat of Matty Wade. Shows you the pace of this pitch. And that has cleared the rope easily. Huh.
One of the annoyances of being a fast bowler. Coulton Isle, he's not too displeased with that. He knows that there was a chance there. It was a good delivery. You just have to take that on the chin.
Well, for just a split second there, you would have thought, yes, I'm in the game. That's straight up in the air. And then about a second later, I thought, oh no, it's gone for 6.
Ooh. There's a famous expression, Huss, I'm not sure you've heard it before, that you don't use a Ferrari to plough your field. I think your hands are far too valuable to be in wicket-keeping gloves. A broken finger, and that could have been the end of the Australian middle order.
Cut it out, Howie. No, I had to wicket-keep in a Big Bash semi-final and then the final, which we actually lost against the Brisbane Heat, for the Scorchers, that is. And I'll tell you what, I've never been so nervous in all my life.
Where was the regular keeper?
No, they decided to leave him out for the last couple of games.
This time Wade goes high. This is going to be a difficult catch because it's up, it's up, it's up. And it's caught. Great start by the Scorchers. They get the big wicket of the Hurricane skipper, and that's exactly the start they wanted.
And that's Nick Hobson on the field.
Wow.
Caught that.
Substitute field, and what a catch. As you said, Howie, that went so high.
That's a great catch. Under pressure. First time at this stadium as well. And Coulton Isle gets his man. Similar length to the ball before. Just bouncing on him a bit. He's called for it as well. Good confidence.
I presume he is out there for Whiteman, as we heard, with that injury. So gets his opportunity, takes the catch. And Matty Wade, who's had a great tournament, goes for 8 of 6.
Open up, everything's waiting for you. You can go your own way, You can call it another lonely day.
Just had a feeling the bouncer was on then. Maybe you're putting your square leg back.
Let's have a look at the catch again. This was a brilliant catch. Wade going for the big one over the leg side, straight up in the air. But see how he just called mid-on away. Said, no, this is mine. I've got it. And then steadied himself nicely. Watched the ball right into the hands. And yeah, they know that's a really important wicket for the Scorchers.
And another reason why that's a difficult catch is because it does go up into the darkness over the lights.
Yeah.
So it is quite hard when the ball does go over the lights, as you know, Mike.
Changing the field, square leg going back, fine leg coming up inside the circle.
The bowler full of one out. It's a good leg.
Jewel wants a single. It's a chance at the bowler's end. No, he gets back. It's a really good over from Coulton Isle. 6 from it and a wicket. Hurricanes 1 for 13.
It's an interesting batting card, wasn't it? At the start. Duck. 3 for 7. And Whiteman to the crease. Absolutely brilliant tonight. Played his natural game, 68 from 44 deliveries, and looked outstanding tonight. And didn't miss Turner tonight. Turner's the man. Good partnership with Whiteman.
A couple of important contributions at the back end there too.
Yes.
AJ Ty and Coulter Nile.
How big were some of those sixes? I was down on the boundary.
Second deck, one of the three that he hit in the last over, Jono, Nathan Coulter Nile.
Well, it's Matt Kelly into the attack, and I'm really impressed with him as well. He's a really good athlete again.
Going to Jewel on his Big Bash debut. Ooh. Good call.
A long way across his stumps. Yeah, that was close to leg stump. Yeah, he's someone that can swing the ball as well, both ways. I'd like to have a look at this again. It wasn't too far away from leg stump. It's well over the top, but certainly in line.
The shot was on. If he got a little tickle on that, the fine leg's up in the circle, so...
Well, certainly swinging for Kelly. He came back nicely into the left-hander.
Yeah, I think he gets a bit more movement. Kelly, he does wobble the seam a little bit. Yeah, he probably can swing the ball. I just feel like that was maybe a bit more movement off the wicket.
Right.
And then maybe the young Jewel just cramped himself up. We did see that first one. He did go across quite a long way, so...
Yeah. Nice bounce there too.
Broke a sequence of 6 dot balls in a row. You saw that movement though. It's what the quicks can do with a new ball. They didn't get the opportunity with Basisto bowling that first over.
Yeah, well, we spoke about James Faulkner swinging the ball, and I think there was still a little bit of movement there as well, but definitely haven't seen the swing like Faulkner did in that first innings, but definitely seeing some bit of, a little bit of movement from Kelly here. Just reason why I was asking about the 6.
Yes.
I did have a message come through from a Heat player. A couple of games ago, the Heat did play here. Ben Cutting hit one. He said it went out of the stadium.
Must have been a big hit. We must have missed that. Jewel advances, gets it through the gap. And that'll be his first boundary in the Big Bash. Go on, Jono.
What did he say here? He wanted to measure my bomb while you're back at Optus. I'm not settling for anything less than 125 metres.
We'll get our technical department onto that, Benny Cutting.
I think something must have come up with Coulter Nile, his 6s, so that's maybe why I've got the message.
Does hit a long ball.
That was good batting from Jewel. Giving himself room, this time working the ball nicely into the leg side.
End of the third, 1 for 20, 158 required from the last 17 overs for the Hurricanes to continue their good run. The Big Bash online shop. Visit shop.bigbash.com.au. Get all sorts of paraphernalia.
To 84 points. You've got Inglis playing for the Scorchers.
I told you I've got selection issues there. I've got a team working on it and they're no good. I was told by Fox that I was going to be assisted by the #1 fantasy sports bloke in the country. He's #1. I don't want to see what the #2 is. Anyway, you've got to take responsibility, don't you, Huss?
Yep.
Coulter Nile to Jewel. Through everything.
Flighted appeal. Yeah, I started filling out super coach, and then I don't know what happened. I stopped. Too hard basket.
Well,
I like everyone.
Well, you need two approaches. You either go Warney's approach, where he's got a team of consultants, or Huss's approach, where he spends 4 or 5 hours a day just working through the stats, does Mr. Cricket, and loves every moment of it.
The computers at work, Mr. Cricket.
Would have nailed a duel.
Oh, it's good pace.
Good bounce too.
Really good pace from Coulton Isle. Jewel looks like he's targeting the leg side. Previous ball, he shuffled right across his crease, looking to flick the ball away on the leg side. That was just too quick for him.
That's bounced off the back of a length. Square leg umpire if that was over the shoulders as well, but it definitely wasn't. Just too quick for him.
That's well punched by Jewel. Just timing. Nice cricket shot. Racing away over the outfield. It's a beautiful cricket stroke.
Oh, is it what? Wasn't a bad ball from Coulton Isle at all. It was on the up.
You wouldn't be too unhappy with that if you're Coulton Isle. He has gone across there, Jewel, to maybe look to flick to the leg side, but then Coulton Isle followed him out there a little bit. He's got it through the gap. Wasn't much of a gap there.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fielders in the ring on the offside, and he's managed to pick the gap perfectly. Look how far across his stumps he is. Somehow managed to thread the needle through that gap.
His front foot was stuck on the crease as well.
Oh, diving effort. Might have got a hand on it. Can't prevent a boundary though. It was AJ Tye. And Jewel gets a life.
AJ Tye, he's had shoulder issues in the past, but it looked like he had a really good crack at that.
Well, it was just hit so hard from Jewel. He got a good piece of it. And, that would have been one of the catches of the tournament if he managed to hang on to that one. Did get a hand on it, but had no chance of slowing that one down.
End of the over. 8 from it, 1 for 28, 150 required. It's the last 16 overs. The home side were 3 for 7 after 2.1 overs. They also lost 3 for 5.
It's about now that Sam Whiteman started to really change the momentum of the Scorchers' innings. They were in all kinds of trouble early, as you mentioned, Howie, and he just played courageously.
Cam Bancroft is in the middle. Cam, what did you think about the total in the end? It was an up and down innings.
I'll be honest, after probably the first 6 overs, to get to where we did, I think it was a hell of an effort. So, yeah, I guess we know now that if we can build some pressure and take wickets with that, we can really put these guys under a lot of pressure.
Kelly to short, punched away, no run.
Was he?
Cam, the general theory, bowling to Darcy Short, the form player of the comp?
Oh, well, I think you give him any width and it's a bad ball, really, isn't it? So, now we've got some long boundaries here. I guess it looks like it's just starting to stop swinging now. So, I guess being smart with your change-ups, in your making sure that the ball's going in your favour. But, in this power play, you obviously only have 2 guys out, so harder to do.
Thanks, Cam. Did you get down below his knees there, Cam, didn't we? You heard him.
This is what I like about Darcy Short. How about he just looks never rushed, never hurried. Yes, it's in the batting power play, but he gives himself a bit of time at the start of his innings, and he knows he's got the power, and he knows that he'll catch up later if he's just there. So it's a pretty big total they're chasing. Good bowling attack, pitched a bit in it, but he just knows it's just important to spend a little bit of time early. Give yourself a chance. Oh, that's a nice shot down the leg side. Poor delivery from Kelly. Just helped on its way for another boundary.
Yeah, my thing is here, Kelly's been quite straight to both batsmen and both left-handers. I think he just needs to get Short to be playing through the cover region early on if that ball is moving just a little bit.
It seems like the margin for error against Darcy Short is really small. We heard Cam Bancroft say there, you can't give him any width. He's just so strong. It's poor delivery. So the bowler then has to adjust and bowl straighter. You just get too straight. He's so strong there as well.
Another one off the hip. Like you say there, Hussey, you don't want to give him that width outside the off stump. But I just feel you've got to try and get Darcy Short out early. And I don't know if the best way is to try and just bowl into his hip. You want him to get play shots outside the off. It doesn't matter if you get driven through the covers. If the ball is moving around. I don't mean bowl a half volley. I mean bowl a really good length to try and get him to drive.
I guess with that field they've got for Darcy Short with the deep square leg and a deep long on, they are looking to bowl quite straight to him. Probably on the fuller side, trying to get him to drive down the ground.
I just think, bring that man up at mid-on and put a point, deep point out. Or put your third man out and just get it up there. Let him try and drive. If he wants to go over the top of mid-on, it's still a risk if you're bowling good length.
Jewell really does step across frequently to the offside, exposes his leg stump, but it's not causing him any problems so far.
Wow, he's timed that beautifully. I thought it was just a chip over mid-wicket initially, but that sort of bounced and kicked on. Fast outfield here in Perth, but I think some of it came from the timing as well. Look how far across his stumps he goes, and then it was just a little chip flick. Look at this ball scoot along to the boundary.
Hard to bowl to when someone's doing that. Especially he's moving so far across. Where do you bowl? And he's getting that far as the man goes back to deep cow.
End of the over, another good one for the Canes. 12 from it. 1 for 40. Megan Barnard is on the boundary. Megan.
Yeah, I've got the star of the first innings, Sam Whiteman, alongside me. Wondering why you weren't out there. What have you done to yourself?
Yeah, just twinged my quad late in my innings, coming back for 2. So look, hopefully it's not too bad. Probably find out over the next few days. But very fortunate as a side that we've got Cameron Mancroft, who's kept plenty of big bash games to take the gloves tonight.
What do you reckon? Are you concerned?
Always. I'd love to be out there, but look, touch wood, it's not too bad. Yeah.
Okay, so your night's over. You won't be back out there again?
Not tonight, yeah. Ice on it now and rest up and we'll find out over the next few days what's happening. But, look, hopefully I'm good for later in the week, but we'll find out. Yeah.
What do you make of how the boys are going out there at the moment?
Oh, look, not too bad. Obviously, Matthew Wade's a big wicket. No surprises. We need to get Darcy Short out. George Bailey's a pretty important player. But, we've got the runs on the board, so hopefully the boys can get the job done.
I'll let you sit back down. Look after yourself.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you to Megan and Sam.
No prizes for guessing who Megan Barnard's going for tonight. She's got the orange Scorchers shirt on.
Well, same sort of colour shirt you two turkeys have got on. Mitch Johnson came in at the start and called them we. And Huss, you used to play for this side too. You took your money and went to the Thunder and left a lot of disappointed West Australians.
I've been quite impartial tonight, I think, Howie, unlike yourself.
Well, I'm trying to keep it a little bit balanced.
It's called fence sitting.
Got purple coming out of your veins, Howie.
Darcy Short is in trouble here. This is an enormous wicket and it's taken. So both openers go. Ty gets Short and that's a big shift in this game.
Well, AJ Ty, his form has really picked up in the last few matches. Back to his wicket-taking best, and there's no bigger wicket than that man there on screen, Darcy Short. That is a huge wicket for the Scorchers. Going for the big one.
I just wonder if he rolled his fingers on this one. No, it's just the length. He had a really good length. Darcy Short just trying to muscle that one a little bit more. Just maybe a bit frustrated with not being able to get away.
From the moment your journey begins, we're with you all the way. New places, new adventures, new friends, perfect moments shared. Create your perfect moment with Titan Travel, the escorted tour specialists. Book your award-winning holiday before the 31st of January with a deposit starting from just £40. Search Titan Travel today. At all protected.
Yeah. See AJ Ty back in form. And
yeah, you talked about the length, Mitch, didn't you? And it was a good length delivery and difficult to, I guess, hit that down the ground with this extra bounce in this Perth pitch. Comfortable catch there for Will Basisto.
Again, Jewell gives himself room, exposes his leg stump, but again, he finds the boundary. It's a nice little innings now, 22 from 15.
Yeah, he's moved around the crease a lot. He's moved towards leg, he's moved towards off, he's moving around. I don't know if he's come forward at any of the bowling attack yet, but it's making it very difficult to bowl a really good line or length, consistent line and length. You're going to have to work him out pretty quickly here, the Scorchers.
This time going for the wider short ball. Actually, I thought I heard a little noise there, but
yeah. Creak in the bat.
Maybe, given one short ball for the over. But yeah, why is it so difficult to bowl to someone who's moving around so much?
I think you have a plan in your head when you're running into bowl as a bowler, and someone moves at that last minute. It can sometimes trigger you to change your mind. So look at that. It's a great shot down the ground. Jewell is playing a pretty good innings here.
Open up, everything's waiting for you. You can go your own way, You can call it another lonely day.
It's the big wicket, the top run scorer of the competition, Darcy Short.
Here's the comparison. So neck and neck at the end of the batting power play. But the Hurricanes have lost one less wicket. See Aaron Hardy's coming into the attack. I think the Hurricanes will be reasonably happy with where they sit at the end of the 6 overs. Probably would have liked to have lost one less wicket, particularly that of Darcy Short, but it's 48 from the batting power play. I think they'll be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, Scorchers were at a similar runs at the time, 3 for 48. Hurricanes 2 for 49, 48 they would have been. So, yeah, pretty much spot on.
Plenty of batting too. McDermott, 165 runs. Bailey, 173 runs. So they've got a nice middle order. Oh, look at that for a shot from Jewell. This is some innings on his Big Bash debut. Well, straight down the ground, 26 off his last 10 deliveries.
Absolutely no fear at all. What a shot that is.
Well, mid-off and mid-on are up inside the circle, so he thought he'd skip down the pitch, and he got a full ball from Hardy. When he saw it full, he thought, right, well, I'll just swing through the line. Just gave himself a little bit of room, shimmied down the track, and that's a beautiful shot, and fumbled in the crowd. Yeah, he's looking really good, isn't he? Caleb Jewell, 32 now from just 18 balls, 4 fours and a 6. No. Ooh, just wide of the bowler.
I think a couple of options here for the Scorchers. You get someone going like this, it's pretty unorthodox, moving around all over the place. Not sure if he's going to go leg side, offside, back, forward. It's got to be, probably look at a consistent, maybe top of off, which can be difficult again. Maybe take the pace off the ball, a couple of slow balls.
That's equally hard on the leg side, but it can't clear the fieldsman.
Well, that's how you do it.
That's the end of Jewell, goes for 32. The 3rd wicket falls.
I think it's the 1st wicket for Aaron Hardy in the Big Bash too. Yeah, the players are getting around him. It's beautifully hit from Jewell, but he just managed to pick the man out in the deep. Pulled away hard and flat. Cartwright had to double back a little bit there.
Thought for a moment, passed that was going over his head.
Yeah.
But he misjudged it, but there's a little bit of topspin on it. It's a big wicket.
Well, Caleb Jewell goes for 32. 3 for 55 now, the Hurricanes.
Checking if they crossed out in the middle. Mr. Experience now comes to the crease. George Bailey, averaging 57 for the tournament, striking at 150. Didn't bat last start. Prior to that, 70 from 53 against the Renegades. at Marvel. And he's a perfect man to come in right now.
Yeah, you're right. He's got so much experience. 59 Big Bash matches, good average, and a good strike rate too. So he's been in every pressure situation you could imagine. One-day cricket, T20 cricket, so he'll know exactly what to do. He will certainly be challenged though. It's a good fast bowling conditions. Good pace and bounce. It's just a slight delay in the middle. Umpires are just checking to see if the batsman crossed.
I'd like to see Coulton I'll come on here to George Bailey and attack.
Doesn't look like they've crossed to me.
Nope.
So that will mean that George Bailey will be on strike.
Yeah, I'd also like to see Deep Point come up, get on the singles to George Bailey, because he'd like to get get that strike moving, get himself into the game. Let him try and play a big shot early.
Good call. I agree. I think captains should attack more after a wicket's been taken. Bring a lot of the fielders up. Make sure they're on the single. Get a slip in place. As a new batsman coming in, it's not easy just to stand there and hit big shots through the field or over the field. It takes a bit of courage. Suddenly, if you can build 4 or 5 dots on that new batsman, the pressure really builds quickly.
Just an easy single there, and I think it's the end of the over.
In a world full of clutter, noise, and style without substance, shouldn't we be making life a little less complicated? The new Volvo XC40. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Bash debut?
Yeah, not bad, but obviously would have liked some more, but, you know, that's 2020 cricket, unfortunately. Yeah.
The commentators said that you look like you're playing with no fear out there. Is that how it felt for you?
Yeah, that was the instruction. That's what I've been doing to get myself into the team. So, like, how good's this playing in front of 50,000 people? Like, may as well go out there and just be free, really, yeah.
What is the game plan out there tonight now that the big guns have gone, Wade and Short? How do you get this one done?
Probably just try not to lose another wicket for another 4 or 5 overs, and then, you know, back our hitters at the end to hopefully get the job done.
Feeling confident?
Yep.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks to Megan and Caleb. Loved his attitude. How good is this playing in front of a big crowd? So Kadir now comes into the attack.
And great for the coaching staff to say, mate, just get out there and go for it. You know, there's no pressure on you. And he played beautifully tonight. Kadir into the attack. He's got a brilliant wrong-un. Wicket taker through those middle overs is just so important. The wrist spinners have done a good job throughout the Big Bash.
Yes, Kells.
It was interesting to hear him say that it's just important now that the Hurricanes don't lose another wicket in the next probably 4 overs. So you'd expect these two to be really busy, run hard, work the ball, but just try and build a little platform here for the hitters later on.
Hey!
Nice delivery. A little bit of spin there.
I just wonder if Bailey thought that might be the wrong one, because it was pitched quite wide of off stump. Was he expecting that to turn back in? It was a tentative push outside off stump. Not sure if he 100% read that out of the hand.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what the wrist spinners can do. They create that doubt in your mind because they can turn the ball both ways. If you're not 100% reading it, it can be difficult to get on top of them.
McDermott missing out. That one there. The field set for the leg side.
Yeah, he's disappointed with himself. You can hear him.
Yeah, he hits the ball hard too. He's a really good striker. He can hit all around the ground as well.
Catch that!
Good start from Kadir. Just 5 from the over. Game nicely poised. 117 required off 72. Cam Bancroft is out in the middle. Cam, what are your thoughts on the state of the game at this point?
I reckon if you put our sort of point at this point, it'd be about the same, roughly. Is that about right? Spot on. 356 you were. I'd probably like to see that run rate start to get in the double digits, and I reckon really asking them questions to, you know, play some positive cricket, which could work in our favour if we bowl well.
Thanks, Cam.
Cheers.
He's spot on 356 versus 3 for 61. Big partnership this one, McDermott and Bailey, though. Very talented player is Ben McDermott. George Bailey now strike to Hardy. Takes him on, just gets enough on it, does George.
George Bailey looking to put some pressure on the youngster Hardy. It is one of his strengths, actually, hitting down the ground. Mid-off, mid-on, still up inside the circle. But you get the feeling for the Hurricanes to win, these two at the crease have to do the majority of the work. Yes, there's certainly some batting to come. Malenko, Faulkner, Boter can bat as well. But a lot of the work has to be done by McDermott and Bailey. Oh, that's pulled away beautifully from George Bailey. Just a touch short from Hardy, and wow, that is a cracking shot.
He's played a really good shot there, George Bailey. Hit that one well in front of square leg. Just rocked back. See that stance is quite wide, but almost like a slog pull shot.
He just picked the length up so early and so quickly. Swung it away nicely on the leg side. He really does choke down on that bat. Strong bottom hand. It's caused a change in the field. It was a mid-wicket going back there now. Exactly where that ball went.
Is it fine this time, but there's protection.
Scorchers keep attacking here. Goal stump to stump. Use your changes of pace. Sometimes this period of the game, when you've got a couple of early wickets, you just settle in. Two important batsmen out there in the middle now. If they can, Scorchers can get another wicket, they'll be well on top here, I think. But like you said, Mike, they have got quite a good tail as well with Boter there.
Ben McDermott's someone I rate really high. Yeah,
he can surprise. He can hit the ball quite well and quite hard.
There he is. Malenko's the man just behind Darcy Short there with the pads on. Still look reasonably relaxed in that dugout at the moment.
He advances and then he's a bit jammed up and just turns it around the corner for a single. 9 from the over.
From the moment your journey begins, we're with you all the way. New places, new adventures, new friends, perfect moments shared. Create your perfect moment with Titan Travel, the escorted tour specialists. Book your award-winning holiday before the 31st of January with a deposit starting from just £40. Search Titan Travel today. Atoll protected.
Wouldn't have happened too many times, would it?
But no, he is a really good player to watch. I think because he can play all around the ground. He's definitely a huge talent.
He went through that horror stretch where he kept getting run out. Started in the UAE and just continued along.
Oh, look, I think he'll get another opportunity at some point of time playing at the highest level. Keep him around, keep him playing the domestic formats. Keep getting better there.
Oh!
It's a nice delivery.
Again, he's someone that likes just to give himself a little bit of time to get in. and get set, get used to the conditions, and then knowing he's got the power to be able to catch up later on. So already again he's invested 6 balls at the crease. So just watch him start to slowly increase that rate as he goes along.
Gee, that's a good shot from George Bailey. He's just taken 1 step down the wicket and whacked it. And that gentleman has taken an absolute cracker because didn't spill his beer, took it in one hand and has done a dab as well.
Well, I don't know what's better, the shot or the catch.
The catch.
He's had a few there too. He's got a couple of cups in there. He's going all right.
He's just high quality all round.
Down.
George has come out in a really aggressive frame of mind. We need to have another look at that shot. More importantly, the catch. Chap didn't spill a drop.
Yeah, Bailey looks in great touch. He has been in good form in this tournament. It was just overpitched from Kadir and cleared the rope comfortably. And look at that. Just sticks out the right mitt. Thank you very much, George.
Edge, and it gets past Cam Bancroft. It'll run away down to the boundary. Partnership building now, 28 from 19.
And pretty good delivery, that. Nice fine edge. So we have a look at this crowd catch again. Bit of pressure on him too.
Someone diving in front of him.
Oh, he was gutted. No,
like the guy behind him.
Believe it.
So I had that.
You've got to give him a high five. Oh, it looked like the wrong one. Maybe I just didn't pick that, but
14 from the over. 3 for 84. Keep an eye for Nickelodeon and Fox. Great show for all involved, especially the youngsters. Crash the Bash.
Crash the Bash is taking over the Big Bash.
I got my thumb stuck in a pool cleaner.
Join old mate Lee and new mate Mia for a chock-full summer of cricketing capers. Get your silly mid on with Crash the Bash, weekends from 7. On Nick.
Lee Castledine, a very nice cricketer in his own right.
He
now a
was.
TV star.
You know him well, Mitch, don't you, Lee Castledine?
I know him quite well. He was actually the first guy I bowled to. Well, I was bowling to him when DK Lilly, great DK Lilly, found me at Brizzy.
Oh, nicely played down the ground from McDermott. We talked about this man's talent. He's just pushed that all the way to the boundary.
Not much of a backlift either. He's just punched it. Let the pace of the delivery hit his bat. Sounded so good off his bat.
Yeah, well, we know this man's got some talent and power, but it also tells me this is a good pitch.
Yep.
Slightly over pitch from AJ Ty. As you said, it was just a punch, not much backlift at all. And
we saw Hilton Cartwright play a similar shot when he first came in.
The competition's been crying out for some good games to really spark it up. And this looks like one at the moment. 90 from 58 required. McDermott, Bailey, you got Malenko to come, Johan Botha. So still plenty of batting. Imagine these two would want to get it to within about 40. Winviz as it stands.
Scorchers 74%. Oh, I'm surprised by that. I thought the Hurricanes, their percentage would be a bit higher.
Don't question the Boffins, us.
Oh, that was an early call. I thought that was in AJ Ty's left hand then.
AJ Ty might have just said to him, mate, don't run yourself out again.
Started running before it got to him. Oh.
You can see George Bailey, he wasn't too sure. There was a bit of hesitation there. AJ Ty got a good piece of that in his left hand.
Hurricanes in 88 from 56 balls. So it is game on.
I think Ashton Turner, he's turned to his main wicket taker here, AJ Ty. He realises this is such a crucial partnership for the Hobart Hurricanes. It's worth 35 now from 24 balls, but McDermott and Bailey are the key here. So if he can break this partnership, the Scorchers will feel very confident. Slower ball from Ty, comfortably punched down the ground from McDermott. Looks like they don't want to take too many risks here, this pair, against AJ Ty, knowing that he is Well, arguably the most important bowler in the Scorchers lineup.
Yeah, and that's sort of been, they would have spoken about that. Bailey and McDermott. Let's just maybe see him off. If he bowls as a bad ball, we'll go for it, but we know he's going to bowl some pretty good deliveries at us. He generally bowls to his field. So we'll see another single to finish it.
Open up, everything's waiting for you. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day.
Bash.
In out Bailey, live.
I'm just watching the experience here of George Bailey. You've seen the previous over against AJ Tye. Just played conservatively, just tried to take singles.
Nice work from Bancroft. McDermott's got his head in the air. I think he realises he's got a problem.
Oh, he's walking out.
Wow. Well, Cameron Bancroft, he knew straight away.
Yep.
And then McDermott looked back at his foot and saw it was obviously just out of the crease, so he is walking off. Well, this is a huge wicket for the Perth Scorchers.
No problems with the front foot. Yeah. Look at this, just sliding. Does it stay? Yeah. That's out.
Great bit of work from Cameron Bancroft. McDermott, be disappointed with that.
And the man of the moment is out in the middle. Cam, nice piece of work. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it's always nice when you get a cheeky little stumping like that, so I'll take it.
Massive wicket the way the game's going as well. The wicket of McDermott, Cam, it sets it up.
Yeah, he's dangerous, isn't he? So I think, look, more often we can get new batters coming out here and asking them to, score it 10 and over from ball one. I think it's very difficult to do. So, George has said at the other end, if we can get him out, keep these batters coming, keep putting them under pressure, we give ourselves every chance to kill the game.
Have you had much of an opportunity to do work with Kadir as a keeper?
Just a little bit at, training in the nets and stuff. He's been part of our squad for the one-day tournament this year, and he played a couple of Shield games, so he's been around, for the season. He's good's very, very good. He's got a bit of mystery about him, and he's been bowling beautifully the last couple of games for us.
Thank you, Cam. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
I like how Cam just allowed himself to let Simon Malenko know how well he's been bowling as he was chatting with us, and now, well, he's out there a touch earlier than he'd want to be.
Slip in place too. Good move from Ashton Turner. There was a bit of turn out here for Kadir.
Oh!
What a confident start from Malenko.
I was starting to get a little bit worried coming into that over because I was thinking along the same lines as you. The partnership was starting to build. They were looking comfortable. Maybe just that last over, not getting too many off it. I just thought maybe we can go here a little bit harder. And a little bit of a silly dismissal. Slide that back foot.
Just shows, as Mike's highlighted tonight, Jono, the benefit of having a wrist spinner in your side.
Yeah. Well, Warney talks about it, the Gabba. You talk about the whacker, the old whacker. You get bounce. They're definitely getting turn as well. So there's that variation.
Well, they just pick up wickets. Yes, sometimes they can go for a few runs, but wickets through the middle.
Nice.
Just so important in T20 cricket.
Yeah, and Darcy bowled pretty well also. He hit a really good length, bowled his variations. Got the wicket of Hilton Cartwright with a wrong'un. So, wrist spinners are definitely a very valuable part of the team.
Yes.
No one wants to be caught out this winter. We're with you. So from just 40p a day, get British Gas Home Care boiler cover. All parts and labour are included when we repair your boiler, helping you avoid unexpected bills. And when you buy selected home care products online by the 18th of February, get 1 month free. Search British Gas Home Care.
The whole Scorchers innings, up and down. Hurricanes losing 2 wickets early and then another 2.
You get the feeling George Bailey's the linchpin
here.
It could go either way. If George Bailey stays out there for the majority of this innings, he sort of backed the Hurricanes to get home. But if the Scorchers can get him...
Malenko leading edge, that'll be the end of him.
Another wicket for the Scorchers. Hardy gets his second big bash wicket and Turner takes the catch.
Just more bounce than Malenko was expecting.
Yeah, hard length, dug it in. I just wonder if they're bowling some cross-seamers here as well. You know, sometimes it can skid on a little bit more. But yeah, just trying to go a little bit too square. Just bounced on him.
Just says so much for the Scorchers program. You keep unearthing these young players into their system. Aaron Hardy picks up his second wicket of the night. Malenko goes for 2. 5 for 96, the Hurricanes. They just keep doing it over and over, the Scorchers. They'll bring in these young players, give them an opportunity on the big stage, and because the program is so good, they quite often perform extremely well.
They made so many runs at the top of the order, the Hurricanes. The issue they'll have is these guys haven't had much of a hit. Faulkner, he's had 3 hits for the tournament. Boter has had 1 hit for the tournament. So that's the one negative of your top order making so many runs.
Yeah, but you can look at it the other way and think, well, it's a good time in the tournament to have a bit of a bat. We are going well. The Hurricanes would probably be thinking they are on the top. They don't want to lose this game, but it gives them a chance.
You get your wish too. Mitch Johnson, deep point coming in. The new batsman, Faulkner, trying to keep him on strike.
Known as the finisher.
It'll be interesting to see how Bailey goes about it now. He's played nicely tonight. He's picked his bowlers.
I don't think he'll change anything. I think the way he's going, he's picked his deliveries. He's getting off strike. If there's 2 available, he's running hard. But I think he's if it's in his zone, if it's up there and full, he's going in over the top. You see fine leg come up into the circle and deep. Man on the long on boundary.
Oh, wow. George Bailey tries to get really funky. Gets away with it. Interesting situation Faulkner finds himself in now, because even in his heyday playing for Australia in the last World Cup and in one-day cricket, he really used to take his time at the start of innings. He was very patient at the start of innings. We see George Bailey attempt a little ramp round the corner. He doesn't have many balls here to work his way through it, though.
The Scorchers have done well. It's 15 balls now without a boundary. It's Hobart Hurricanes innings. Yeah, well, I just wondered if George would be thinking, okay, I've got a bit more pressure on me now because I have to be the one. I have to be the one to be there at the end for the Hurricanes to win. But it doesn't seem like he's going to change the way he plays.
I think he'll just play naturally. Plenty of gaps for him as well on the leg side.
Takes on Hardy nicely, gave himself room, got it between a couple of men there in the gully region. First boundary for 16 balls and much needed.
Well, and I guess you're right, Mitch. He has to keep going because the required run rate is up 10.5 runs per over. So it's not like he can just play out a couple of overs and try and build another partnership. But this is clever play, giving himself room. Hardy did well to follow him, but George Bailey was just too good on that occasion.
Yorker at the toes here would be a nice delivery to finish.
He's bunted straight back down the ground on the onside. 8 from the over. 74 required from the last 7 for the Hobart Hurricanes. Thanks to Alinta Energy. Let's have a look at the Sixers recap.
Yeah, this is the start. Got away Wade there with a 6. Thought maybe he was going to get on his way here, and then a 6 there, or Jewel. That was a great shot by him, and George Bailey came to the crease. That was a nice shot and a nice catch. Absolutely beauty in the crowd there. So only hitting 3 sixes so far, the Hobart Hurricanes. 2 pretty good ones, one a bit lucky, but it's a 6.
It's punched away on the offside. That's really racing and gets through the fielder. Hobson out there. George Bailey, can he steer the Hurricanes to the win?
Well, it's something the Scorchers generally do so well. Field, stop everything, building up pressure. But a boundary off the first ball of the over certainly relieves some of that pressure and puts it back onto the bowler. Joel Bailey goes straight down the ground again. That's a beautiful shot. It's another maximum.
Ekadir just got his length wrong there. First ball was a little bit wide. It's a little bit short. Okay, we'll get this next one up there. George Bailey was waiting for that one.
It's amazing. It's 10 off the first 2 balls of the over, and that required run rate goes from 10.5 runs and over down to 9.5 runs and over.
Yeah, that wasn't a Alinta Energy hit. That's 15 runs off the last 4 balls, Huss, to illustrate what you're talking about. 4, 6. And this time it's slapped down the ground. Bit of work required. And we'll just take a single.
So it went from 15 balls, having no boundaries, to the last few couple of maximums and a couple of 4s. And like you said, once that run rate goes down, takes a little bit of pressure off Hurricanes, and Faulkner can probably just get himself in a little bit longer now. I think he'll just try and get off strike here.
There's a slip in. Over pitched. No problems there for Faulkner.
Yeah, it's important for Faulkner to come in and still look to try and hit the ball. I think sometimes in his short form cricket he can come in and just look to try and push the balls into the gap. Sometimes he just gets caught down the one end, but when he's still looking to hit the ball hard out to the sweepers, he can be still very effective.
Down. Nicely cut away from Bailey, and again they'll double it up. This is the last 6 off the bat of George Bailey.
90 metres straight back over the bowler's head.
That'll be about his maximum, I think.
Gets through him, far out indeed, little inside edge. It's not a fair game when that runs to the rope. A big over though for the Hurricanes, 18 from it. Bailey survives, he moves to 47.
Seen a couple of big overs in this match. 18 off that one. It just takes the pressure off.
This is fortuitous for Bailey. Not sure if he picked the wrong one, but inside edge just past leg stump to rub salt into the wound. Goes away for 4. It's not fair, is it?
No.
This game at times.
So 56 required from the last 6 overs. Nice game here at Perth Stadium, the BBL and WBBL Fantasy. Select the best players and beat your friends with Skyscanner and Dream 11. Win yourself a share of all sorts of prizes. Check it out, WBBL and BBL Fantasy. Right, here we go. 56 required. Kelly, 2 overs, none for 19. Faulkner and Bailey put on 26, to which Faulkner's just contributed 3 so far. Oh, and there is that little poke that Faulkner attempts to get away that you're talking about, Huss.
It's a good start from Kelly. Looked like it just left Faulkner a touch outside the line of the off stump. Interested to know what WinViz says at this stage of the game. 56 from 35. go. Well, the Hurricanes still only 25%. I think it's got to be closer than that.
I think Mitch Johnson's running Winviz tonight with his orange shirt on, to be honest. Not much faith in the Canes.
Be higher than that if I was.
With Bailey there, it's got to be closer to 50-50, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Nice, mate.
You would say it's 50. I think it's 50-50 right now. With Bailey in, Faulkner, we know what he can do. And he looks like he's setting himself up really well here. He's getting off strike. And like you said, Mike, before, that he looks like he's hitting the ball. So that's really a good sign for him.
I'd say 60-40 Scorchers. I think there's not a lot of batting to come. Both are Archer.
I mean, I'm still backing the Scorchers here. Got AJ Ty, got Coulton Isle, Matt Kelly. Those two big guys, AJ Ty and Coulton Isle, still with a few overs to go.
Actually, that's a good point you make. AJ Ty at the death.
It's dangerous.
It's very hard to get away.
Kelly to Bailey. Works it away on the leg side. There's a great 50 by George Bailey right when his team needed it. He's 10th in the Big Bash. Can he go on and win the match for the Hurricanes?
Oh, he's been superb once again, George Bailey. As soon as he came to the crease, he found the middle of the bat with ease. 4 4s, 2 6s, strike rate 178. 50 not out. Not a lot of waving of the bat there. Just a quick thank you very much, but there's still plenty of work to be done.
Might have been just thanking his teammates down on the boundary. There's not too much purple here. A lot of orange. The crowd is a little bit quiet at the moment. Need them to lift, get their team over. Up there with another win. Make it 3 in a row.
Playing within himself at the moment, George Bailey moves to 51.
From the moment your journey begins, we're with you all the way. New places, new adventures, new friends, perfect moments shared. Create your perfect moment with Titan Travel, the escorted tour specialists. Book your award-winning holiday before the 31st of January with a deposit starting from just £40. Search Titan Travel today. Atoll protected.
He's looked in superb touch throughout the whole tournament, but particularly tonight on a good pitch. He's there at the end. Hurricanes are going to go very close to winning this game. You can see there his wagon wheel all around the ground with a couple of big sixes straight down the ground. Quality player.
Got a last over feel to it, this one, Mike and Mitch.
Be nice. We haven't seen too many real close games in the Big Bash this year.
We haven't. We've been waiting for one, and this could well be it. This is the key man, though. 2 key men, in fact. Coulton Isle with the ball, Bailey with the bat.
Coulton Isle on. Needs a wicket. Here he is, captain. This is a big over for the Scorchers. See what George Bailey wants to do here, if he wants to keep on going. It was a good start. So it was a fuller delivery, but
I wonder if he was just expecting a short ball there, George Bailey. He's just hanging back a little bit. Christian Turner, the captain. I think he'll be pretty clear in his mind who he wants to bowl these last few overs.
He's looking towards that leg side as well.
Well, it's a great start from Coulton Isle. 2 dot balls.
Yeah, took the pace off that one as well. Went a bit. He is looking towards that square leg boundary, George Bailey. I think maybe just in behind with the pace, in behind square leg, there's quite a big gap.
I think he's expecting short balls because mid-off and mid-on are up inside the circle and those fielders are back on the leg side.
Might bowl a short one this ball, though, I think. He's gone full.
Gee, that's a good shot. It's only a small gap, and George finds it. His 5th boundary.
Well, he should have done what you suggested, Mitch Johnson, and bowled the shorter ball, but no, he went full. Bailey, well, he jumped all over that.
Yeah, it was he pierced the gap. There wasn't a big gap there, but it probably wasn't quite right, that delivery. And now the pressure on Coulter here. Will he go the short one, and will George Bailey be ready for it? Oh, he was. The fielder out there, Cartwright in the right position. He just took the pace off that one again. Huss.
He's a bit disappointed with himself, George Bailey. I think he picked that slower, shorter delivery. He wanted to hit it further in front of squarers, or a lot straighter. There's a big gap there, but he managed to pick Cartwright out deep mid-wicket. Coulter was probably lucky to get away with that one.
Good pace that from Coulter. 135. It really carried through to Bancroft.
Yeah, much quicker that delivery. Just trying to hit the wicket hard with the newer batsman in. Ball before was about 108, I think, the slower ball. So,
like a cross-seam delivery.
Seen a lot of those. Seen a lot of those, especially here.
Faulkner. Sorry. Faulkner looking to give himself a bit of room. Use the pace of Coulter to hit the ball. Probably carve it backward a point, or even if you can get it fine, beat third man.
Yeah, what's he going to do here? He went on the circle.
Tries to give himself room. Into the over from Coulter. 5 from it. Cam Bancroft. How are you feeling, Cam? Thoughts?
Yeah, it's game on still, I think, isn't it? So we're going to have to really execute really well. You know, we've got 3 overs now. Coulter and AJ, probably, you know, they're our senior pros, aren't they? So, you know, we need Kells to really step up this over. If he can bowl a really good over, hopefully he can set up the pros to come in and really execute the game.
George Bailey holds the key from where you sit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's hit the ball really cleanly tonight, hasn't he? He's played really well. So, you know, I think I'd love to see the back of him right now.
Thanks, Bangers.
Cheers.
I like that. Over to the senior pros.
And he's right. This is a big over. It needs the young Kelly to bowl a really good over here. He needs to really think about what he wants to do. Bowl to his field.
George Bailey takes him on. Hasn't hit it completely out of the middle, but he's hit it well enough. Big start to the over from Bailey.
Yeah, great start for George Bailey. He'll be looking to target this over, I think, because he'll know in his mind as well that, yes, AJ Tyer's going to bowl, Coulter is going to bowl. They'll be harder to get away. Initially, I thought he hadn't got this well at all, but it just kept going, didn't it?
It sounded a bit tinny off the bat, didn't it? But it's 6 more to George. His third 6. So now he's putting the pressure on Kelly.
Oh, and the youngster just put down the chance.
This time he hammers it, and gee, that could have got its way to the rope as well. A metre either side. Turner was there, though.
So this is where Kelly has the field leg side. He's got 4 fielders on the deep. Just going to think about tightening up that line. Go for a leg side heeled Yorker, or bowl it into the wicket, into his hip. Keep it really tight. Can't let George Bailey free his hands. He almost got that one through the cover. Or
wasn't far away at all.
Wasn't far at all, no.
Look at the field here for James Faulkner.
And look, he'll be quite nervous as well, Kelly. Big crowd. It's a big situation of the game. It's a chance to win a match that they need to win, the Scorchers.
Doing the right thing here, Faulkner, just getting Bailey on strike. A partnership of 45, of which Faulkner's contributed 6.
George Bailey was down the other end quite quickly. I'm not sure if you saw that. Maybe a little run in, stop, see where he is.
Oh, right, okay.
Saw that the other night. Someone, who did that? I think that was... Oh, it was Beery.
Beery did it, did he?
Playing games. He wouldn't do it, but he did stop.
Kelly to Bailey.
Oh.
Better ball.
Bailey disappointed with himself. He just lost his shape on that occasion, trying to hit the ball too hard. reckon you like the line of that ball better? A bit
Line was
straighter?
better, yep. Yep, definitely better. So his first one was a bit probably off stump.
Oh, no,
But it
Dad's
was a-
taking the ball and putting it away. Come on, Dad. The kids are coming to enjoy themselves. Dad said no. I'm not sure that was Dad, to be honest. I think that's someone else's dad. That's Grumpy Dad. Oh, gee whiz.
He's here to watch the cricket.
Come on. Wow. Gary Faulkner. Oh, he's hit him right in the helmet. He's got the peace of mind to hurry through for a leg by. Just check that James Faulkner's okay.
I think he's okay. Ashton Turner came straight to him to ask him if he was okay. He said almost immediately, yep, I'm all good. There will be a little bit of a break here, I'm sure. Oh, right on the grill.
Bottom of the grill.
It's a bit of a protocol that needs to go through now.
He played it, well as he could in the end. He kept his head down. At least he didn't pull his head up and get hit in the area of his throat. So he's kept his eyes on it, at least.
Well, while we've got a moment here, what about Grumpy Dad in the crowd? Having a night at the Big Bash. Kids are playing with the glitter ball. Can we have a play with it, mate? Can we have a play? No, you can't, kids.
No.
Hey, back there you go.
Oh, it's a bit harsh, isn't it?
I reckon it is.
Kids just want to have a bit of fun.
Wow.
That's ordinary.
You've dropped an ordinary on him. What a touch on the Grumpy side. Saturday night. He just had enough of us. I don't think they were his kids.
He tried to pop the ball as well, didn't he? Got the foot on it and then... No.
Are you going as far as un-Australian or not?
No, I wouldn't go that far, but it's a bit rough on the kids.
So it looks like a change of the helmet setup for James Faulkner.
Let's have a look at the comparison. Thanks to Bunnings.
How do you read that? It's been all over the place, hasn't it, for both teams? Wickets falling, runs.
It's just difficult. You can't predict what's going to happen in the future, I guess, but it's been neck and neck all night. And it's
been a good game.
I think it's going to go right down to the wire. 35 from the last 19 balls.
Let's have a look at it in real time, what happened to James Faulkner.
Hit him flush anyway.
Hit him hard.
Just goes to show the helmets, the grills are held up quite well.
And from a bowling point of view, Mitch, you hit plenty of batsmen over the years as well. What does that do for your mentality? I know you're someone that didn't really like hitting guys, but...
I liked hitting you in the nets. Remember in Pakistan?
Oh, how can I forget?
No, look, I think after the tragedy of Philip Hughes, it definitely changed the way I felt about those kind of things. Look, you're not out there to try and hurt anyone. Intimidation is part of it, but you want to make sure everyone's okay.
Wide. George Bailey ends up on his hands and knees.
Oh, that's tough call. I thought it was excellent execution from Kelly, going for the wide Yorker.
Bowler the benefit of the doubt there. Oh,
right over that guideline. Perhaps it's a fair call.
Yeah, fair call. But it's the right. It was the right ball. Just didn't quite get it inside that line.
Interesting. Mid-off's gone back now too. So mid-off, mid-on, back on the boundary. And Bailey goes over cover. How well's he hit it? Skipping away. It'll be another boundary to George Bailey. This is quality batting from a quality player.
Yeah, class all around. George Bailey knows his game so well. He's just backing it here tonight. Again, getting a good stride in.
Well, there was a 6 off the first ball of the over and a boundary off the last ball of the over. So 15 from it. I think Bailey was expecting the wide Yorker and picked his spot over cover.
30 required now from the last 3 overs. Who would you rather be, Mike Hussey, Mitch Johnson? Which camp?
You start. I think the batting team. To be honest, while George Bailey's there, but it's tough. It's a tough one because you've got AJ Tyre, Coulton Isle, the
you
senior
are
pros.
one of the great fence hitters in the history of cricket, Mike Hussey.
Hasn't changed. At least he's consistent.
Right. How about you, Jono?
I'm going to go. I'm going with the Scorchers.
Okay.
And I think because AJ Tyre is quality. I'm not saying George Bailey isn't, but...
Well, here he is now, tight to Faulkner. Follows him. He's going to be wide down the leg side. Well done by Bancroft, only keeping because Whiteman, who blasted the ball everywhere, has got an issue with his thigh, so Cam had to take over.
Just think back to the end of the Scorchers innings. Those 3 sixes in the last over from James Faulkner by Nathan Coulter-Nile. How important is that going to be in the scheme of this game? Well taken by Cameron Bancroft. I just think this pitch is just so good for batting, particularly at the back end.
20 runs from the last 4 balls of that innings.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, he's been hit again, Faulkner. This time on the back. Oh, he's in the wars.
Seven singles for 7 runs for Faulkner. Just attempting to get Bailey on strike.
It's just smart cricket. Faulkner's on the hand, yeah. Lucky not to get him on the wrist or something.
I reckon this is the game here now. Tie it to Bailey. The winner of this little stanza may well take their team to the win.
I think he's getting them with the slower ball outside of the off stump, trying to pull it across out towards the leg side.
And that's why I was sitting on the fence, Howie, because look at it, it's neck and neck. It's virtually 50-50 game. How can you pick it?
You're not paid all that money to sit on the fence, Michael.
I can't predict the future.
So, tie to Bailey with the game on the line. Should just be 1.
Clever bowling from AJ Tye. You called for that ball in the previous over. Perhaps the Yorker at the heel.
Yep.
This can only hit that to one side of the field, and they've got that leg side very well protected. So excellent execution from AJ Tye under pressure. I get the feeling Faulkner needs to help George Bailey out a little bit here. He's 7 from 11, strike rate 63. We know how dynamic he can be at the end, but he needs to get something going here for the Hurricanes.
Oh. Ty can't believe it. Bancroft can't believe it.
It was another one of those 50-50 calls. Let's have another look at it. Watch how close it is to the guideline. Well, I think it's probably a fair call again. It's interesting, Faulkner keeps trying to give himself room by backing away to the leg side.
That made that look worse by Faulkner's front leg being off the wicket.
This time he cramps him up. Faulkner works the single.
So I think if he bowled that the previous ball, that would have been a 6. With Faulkner opening that front leg up, that's what he was looking for. That big shot out towards Cow.
So what's the field in place? There's a lot of men on the leg side deep. Fine leg, deep backward square leg, deep forward mid-wicket, deep long on.
George Bailey's out. Gloved it. Tie with a big wicket. Gets the chainsaw going. And the match swings back in the favour of the Scorchers.
Well, it was a strange shot from Bailey, really. There's a fine leg on the boundary. I'm not sure what he was thinking there. Maybe he was trying to flick it over the keeper and get it really fine for 4. But yeah, that is a huge wicket. You have to think the Scorchers are favourites now. Premeditated, looking to flick it over Bancroft. Couldn't get enough bat on it. Easy catch for Cameron Bancroft.
He's gone away from his game a bit there because of the field was set out towards that leg side. I think he felt he was going to bowl that slow ball into the wicket. George Bailey, what an innings, 69 for 39 deliveries.
Nice catch, Cam. Pretty easy, but you said you needed your professionals to get it done, and that's what AJ Tye's done for you.
Yeah, well, I guess, that's his job, that's his role in our cricket team. So, the game's not over yet. We've still got to, work hard to earn the right to win this game. So, hopefully he can close this over out really well for us.
Does it get fun when it's like this, Cam?
Yeah, it does, I think, yeah. I think great Mike Hussey had a quote called "Pressure is for tyres," he used to say. So, hopefully we can use that to our advantage a little bit.
Thank you, Cam. They're quoting you out in the middle, Huss. Pressure is for tyres. Thank you, Cam.
Johan Botha. He's pretty good under pressure himself.
Busy is what he is. He's facing AJ Tye, and it is a legal delivery. Pressure is for tyres, Mike Hussey.
I thought I said pressure is a privilege because it gives you an opportunity to do something really special. So you can look at pressure one of two ways. You can really succumb to it and feel like it gets too much for you, or you can really embrace it and say, right, I've got an opportunity here. So we have a look at the wicket again. Bailey looking to flick the ball over the keeper. Easy catch for Cameron Bancroft. The Scorchers know how big a wicket that is. Bailey desperately disappointed, but he played a wonderful innings.
Big delivery this. Bota gets it into the gap. That's what he does, this man. He's a different style of player, but he can find the boundary when required. And that is a handy one to finish the over. 21 from the last two.
Yeah, I just thought maybe that was... You can see he bowled that knuckleball then as well. It was high off the bat, but found the gap.
Yeah, Bota is so good at using the pace and hitting the ball behind, backward a point and sort of on the leg side as well. I reckon you're better off bringing your straight fielders up and having your third man and your fine leg back. You have a look at the comparison, it's still neck and neck. This one's going down to the wire, folks.
So Coulter Niles got one over to go. AJ Tye, you'd imagine, will bowl it out. Turner's got a lot going on. Now it's Faulkner that'll have to take the senior lead.
What are you thinking off this over? As the Scorchers players will be thinking, what can we keep them down?
Well, what will AJ Tye want
exactly,
to defend in the last over?
What can he defend?
The maximum, probably 12, 13.
Yeah, it's a good wicket, isn't it?
Faulkner faces Coulter Nile, charges him, squeezes it away. Do they come back for two? They do. Good running, good cricket all round.
And then you think of what Coulter Nile did in that last over as well, the first innings. So,
well, the game would be over if Coulter Nile had got out. He hit 20 from the last 4 balls of their innings.
Yep.
So it just goes to show how valuable those little cameos at the back end from AJ Tye, Coulter Nile were.
To be got. Crowd roars.
Faulkner giving himself room again. I think he's trying to flat back these back over Coulter Nile's head. But with this extra pace and bounce in this Perth pitch, he's finding it difficult. Maybe he'd be better off just staying still, keeping a good solid base and really watching the ball and let his instincts take over from there. 10 he's got now from 14 balls. Hobart need 19 from the last 10. Short again, it's another dot ball. Dot balls at this stage of the game are just like gold nuggets for the Perth Scorchers. Nathan Coulter Nile's pitch, Matt. You can see likes to bowl a lot of balls short of a good length. This wicket tonight has come with a good length delivery.
Fine leg inside the circle. Squirted away. Faulkner takes off hard. Only get one. Cheers, good bowling. Crowd enjoyed it. 3 from the over so far. 2 balls to go. 18 required. Oh, Jofra Archer got the pads on, got the helmet on. Looks a touch edgy as well.
Yeah, it hasn't been his night tonight, has it?
He hasn't had the best of nights, that's for sure.
So far.
So far, good point.
Always redeem yourself.
2 batsmen just having a chat in the middle. We're just having a bit of a chat about, okay, what do you think he's going to bowl? Where can I get one away for a boundary? Bota's only been out there for the 2 balls, so it's certainly not going to be easy. And now they have brought up the mid-on and mid-off, up inside the circle. Third man and fine leg back.
Yep.
It's a good move.
They hustle through for a single. Faulkner makes it. What an over this is.
Oh, this is just class bowling from Coulton Isle. 17 from the last 7 balls. This is a huge ball in the context of the game. AJ Tye will be hoping that this can go for just 1 or dot ball.
Yeah, what does James Faulkner think here? Does he try and get a single or a it's going to be hard to get a 3. Or does he go for the big one?
I think he's got to go for it. I think they need a boundary here.
Free hit.
Yeah, it's basically a free hit.
He's got to swing hard. Hope to get something on it.
Just 4 from the over so far. One of those was a bye. Can Faulkner make contact? Again, it's punched away on the offside. He will retain the strike. Great over from Nathan Coulton Isle. Just 5 from it, 16 required. Cam Bancroft is out in the middle. AJ Tye will have the ball in hand. Cam, why is he so good typically in this situation?
Oh, I don't know, I think he's done it a lot over his career, hasn't he? So he should have a lot of confidence, I guess, in a situation like this. I remember a game actually a couple of years ago in Hobart, and they needed 16 at the last over too. So we've had some good contests against these guys.
Did you win that one?
We did, yeah.
All right. Thanks, Cam. Appreciate your time all night.
Cheers.
So AJ Tye, he of the many variations, has got to defend 15 for a super over, 16. Otherwise, his side will go down.
And I'm sure AJ Tye will be feeling pretty confident too. He's had a really good night. Picked up 2 wickets himself, 2 huge wickets. Got Darcy Short earlier in the evening, and then in his previous over, picked up George Bailey. Now he's got 16 to defend. The Scorchers must win.
21 off the last over in the first innings.
Faulkner starts really well. 6 to get things going. Whoa, what a shot. Well, he's been struggling to find the middle of the bat, Faulkner, but wow, that is an unbelievable shot off the first ball of the last over.
The finisher. Is he back?
Gee, it was just a flick off the pads and it's gone miles. Wow, what a start. 10 off 5 now.
That changes things rather dramatically. Now the pressure on AJ Tye. Always so good in this situation. Now he is the man under the pressure. Faulkner after a big 6 first ball. He's holed out. Has he? No, he's got it in the gap. 4. Faulkner goes 6-4. And now the Hurricanes just require 6 to win.
Well, he's leaving it late, but what a great job James Faulkner's doing. AJ Tye just hasn't quite got the execution right. Let's have another look at this one. It looked like it was, it was the length was there for Faulkner to get underneath. He didn't hit it perfectly, but he managed to hit the gap. 6 from 4 now. Hobart are the favourites.
Goes straight down the ground. James Faulkner's hit it well. Has he hit it well enough? He has. The finisher does it with a maximum. Incredible work by James Faulkner. The Hurricanes by 4 wickets in a wonderful game of Big Bash cricket.
Well, 3 balls to spare. He's done it easily in the end. What a beautiful shot down the ground. The Scorchers, they can't believe it.
Well,
a big sigh from Mitch Johnson as you're like disappointed in how he's up jumping around as we see the winning shot again down the ground and all the way. All the Hobart players were willing that over the rope.
Joffre's pumped up. The finisher has finished it. Well, he was pushing singles and then just went 6-4-6. 3 balls to spare.
That was Dhoni-like, wasn't it?
Incredible work.
Knocking it around until the last over and then just finish it. Bang, bang, bang. Hobart Hurricanes win by 4 wickets. And they've got to be close to securing a semi-final berth.
On the other side of the equation, the Scorchers now are a long way back. AJ Tye prides himself in being able to finish a game.
Well, he just didn't get the length right in that last over. He enabled Faulkner to get underneath the ball. And that's a big win for the Hobart Hurricanes away from home.
Well, an extraordinary game of cricket. The match summary, the Scorchers were 3 for 7. Whiteman then with a great counter-attack, 68. Coulton Isle, 31. AJ Tye hit some big balls. Faulkner got 3 for 36. Meredith 2 for 19. The Hurricanes George Bailey was the standout, 69. They looked like they were in a touch of trouble. Then Faulkner has just gone 6, bang, 4, bang, 6, and that is the end of the game. Megan Barnard is down on the boundary. Megan, that's the type of big match.
Well, that was a remarkable finish. James Faulkner having a really fine all-round match. Took 3 early wickets to set back the Perth Scorchers, and then he finished it off in magnificent style. Surely the home side looked favourites going into the last over, but Hobart Hurricanes winning with 3 balls to spare. We'll have a look back at everything that happened after this break.
So where's your new breakfast show?
On Virgin Radio.
What time?
In the morning, it's a breakfast show.
What do you talk about?
Anything. Everything.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
No one has.
What type of music are you playing?
The best music.
What's your favourite film?
Uncle Buck.
How do people get Virgin on their digital radio?
They just need to push the retune button.
How else can they get it?
Online.
How else?
On mobile.
How about the app?
How about you stop asking me questions?
I'm your son. That's my job. When am I coming on the show?
At this rate, never.
Join Bet365 and discover the power of the world's favourite online betting company. Instant match updates, in-depth analysis, live streaming. The Bet365 app is so advanced, it will blow your mind. Now please, gamble responsibly.
From the moment your journey begins, we're with you all the way. New places, new adventures, new friends, perfect moments shared. Create your perfect moment with Titan Travel, the escorted tour specialists. Book your award-winning holiday before the 31st of January with a deposit starting from just £40. Search Titan Travel today. At all protected.
The stunning snow leopard is ruthlessly hunted by poachers. We urgently need you to help protect her by adopting a snow leopard with WWF. We'll send you an exciting adoption pack and you'll see how you're helping us with our vital work. And with a cuddly toy leopard, it makes a great gift. Adoption costs just £3 a month. So please call 0800 038 1033 or search WWF Snow Leopard today. Thank you.
Come along, catch a heffalump. Sit with me on a muddy clump. We'll sing a song of days gone by. Come along now. Run away from the humdrum. We'll go to a place that is safe from greed, anger and boredom. We'll dance and sing till sundown and feast with abandon. We'll sleep when the morning comes and we'll rise by the sound of the bird song.
This year on BT Sport, in Europe, the big dogs are hungry. These girls have got game, and this old thing's been the real deal since 1878. The king is back, and Tyson wants world titles. He's got 7 of them. Over in Glasgow, Stevie has big plans. And these boys have rugby on the brain. Pep City are eyeing 2 in the bounce, and everyone else is chasing it. That's this year on BT Sport.
Chase is on.
Well, welcome back. I think we've seen the best game so far in Big Bash 2018-19. An excellent chase, an excellent finish. Hobart Hurricanes winning again, chasing down 178 to win, but it wasn't their big players at the top of the order that did the damage this evening in Perth. Short and Wade, they perished early on. Excellent start for the Perth Scorchers. Nick Hobson, the subfielder, waiting and getting underneath it. He was on the field because of an injury to Sam Whiteman, the wicketkeeper, and Bancroft taking the gloves. And Hobson, who's played some second-team cricket at Durham, wanted it. Went a long way up. He would have hit the roof of the Docklands Stadium in Melbourne, I'm sure. And then Darcy Short, the leading run scorer in the competition so far, got to 13. And Bosisto this time waited and took a more straightforward catch, and that was 40 for 2. Short and Wade, the men out. But there's some all-round strength in this Hobart Hurricanes side, and George Bailey in at number 5 showed his class and his experience and his power as well. 3 sixes in an innings of 69, also some boundaries as well. One or two streaky ones, but that was a beautiful on drive. Giving himself room, bit of luck needed against Usman Kadir, as we'll see now. Well, read that, thick inside edge for 4. Some magnificent striking when it was required by Bailey, and he got his team close. 6 fours and 3 sixes. Then this was his downfall, trying something ambitious, and AJ Tye right in the game, helping the ball through to wicketkeeper Bancroft. Bailey out for 69, really frustrated. And were Perth Scorchers about to head for victory? Not a bit of it, because it was a magnificent day for James Faulkner. Excellent all-round performance from him. This was the first ball of the match. Bancroft looking to take him on, and it's just a sign of what was to come later in the over. Bancroft on the prowl, and a stare from Faulkner, and then later in the over Bancroft again taking him on, and this time straight to backward point. Malenko with the catch. Same over, swinging one onto the pads of Klinger, and won the decision from the umpire, although technology suggested that was going down the leg side, and also pitched outside leg stump, but he wasn't finished, Faulkner. Ashton Turner playing on, rather unfortunate, and then Faulkner got involved. This was the last over, 16 needed. First ball went for 6. AJ Tye, who's normally so good in these situations, second ball finding the gap for 4, and then the third ball of the over, 6 more, and that was it. 16 needed off the last over, and they won it with 3 balls to spare. And you could understand the celebrations from the Hobart Hurricanes. They are having a wonderful season, tremendous confidence in their team. If it's not Short or Wade, it's Bailey, and if it's not them, it's Faulkner. Lots of all-round talent in this Hobart Hurricanes side, so they are well on their way to the semi-finals. They are nearly there. Let's have a look at the summary of the match then. Perth Scorchers 177 for 9. They did well to get there after being 7 for 3. And the Hobart Hurricanes innings fluctuated down and then up, then down, and then finally up from Faulkner at the end, with that wonderful cameo. And a chastening day for AJ Tye, who backed himself to defend 16 off the last over. So another victory for Hobart Hurricanes. Coming up on BT Sport, highlights of the third one-day international at 3 o'clock. Just under an hour to wait for that on 1HD. Then the Heineken Champions Cup, Edinburgh against Montpellier, 2HD and 4K UHD tonight at 7 o'clock. And also this evening, 7:15, Hoffenheim against Bayern Munich. That's 1HD for that. And then tonight the semi-finals start. The women's Big Bash, they reached the semi-final stage in that competition. Thunder against the Heat, 11:30 on 2HD. And then the defending champions, the Sydney Sixers, are defending their crown in the semi-finals against the Renegades. That's tomorrow morning at 2:45 on 2HD. Well, tremendous action at the Perth Stadium. Best match in Big Bash so far this season. But the upshot is Hobart Hurricanes march on. Another victory for them. A real sickener for Perth. They've got a lot to do to make the semi-finals. Goodbye for now.
This year on BT Sport, the Champions League is up for grabs, and the big dogs are hungry. Thursday nights, well, they're bigger than ever. These girls have got game, but the Queen, she don't care. And as for this old thing,